Turn around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and a timid feeling look in your eye. Kom till something. Ja, kom det. Turn around.
Bright eyes.
Turn around.
Bright eyes.
Look in your eyes.
Turn around. Turn around.
Jag kommer inte ihåg hur den går vidare.
And I need you more than ever. Yep.
Something eclipse of the once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Nothing new. Ah, jag blandade med kaffe.
My heart.
Total eclipse of my balls.
Your fart.
Sina is
71.
So this makes proper sense. This makes sense.
I'm so bubbly in the stomach. So
Bubbly in the stomach.
if I burp a lot, I am sorry.
All right. And with that said, welcome back to the 72nd episode of the Sketchbook Heroes, as flawless as last time, with me, Ilias,
And me, Robert.
in
Always
collaboration with 21 Draw.
Who is also flawless.
Yes. So if you want to up your artistic superpowers, check them out at 21-draw.com.
Or just go into their Instagram, get their little tips and tricks and latest nuggets of gold, and do whatever you want with those.
Exactly. And for all the backers, their latest book, the PDF,
Congratulations.
has gone out. So
Yes.
congrats, dude.
It looks amazing. We just
we
scrolled
just
through it.
Exactly. Just before the podcast and sang to every chapter.
Yeah, we did.
Turn around.
That's a chapter in the book that we just read, and it's looking fucking good. Turn around. That was all improv, just so you know.
We did not practice that. because
Beyonce,
it was
hook me
awful.
up. You know you got talent.
Sweden's Got Talent. Welcome to the best podcast in the world. Tribute.
Ish.
Tribute. It's just tribute.
Yeah, just tribute. So yeah.
So yeah.
How
How have you been, man?
I've been great. Pretty
People
much.
still can't tell us apart.
I
So
wonder why.
how are you, Robert?
I'm good, man. How are you, Ilias?
I am very good. Thank you, Robert, for asking this polite question.
Thank you, Ilias, for asking me the question directed to me, Robert, and me, Robert, answering thank you. No, I totally get it. When I listen to it, sometimes I'm also a little bit confused.
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
if you zone out a little bit, it's
Okay,
like,
yeah.
wait,
What?
who?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a voice. Then. Like, what's up, mates?
I'm going to be talking like this now.
Oh, then you do the same thing. Do your own voice.
I can't.
Damn it.
I have to copy everything you do. That's how I survive.
Never. Just saying each other's catchphrases. God damn it.
But-
Okay, so all is cool.
all
Nothing has happened.
No, all is cool. Yes. No, I pretty much did nothing last week.
Same,
Just
except came here once more
yeah. That's
because
what
they
you
had
did.
the after party thing.
Yeah, and that was the only day I had like a proper job, so I couldn't come. But yeah, and then I also realized, and I've kept this one on hold for quite a while now, but I do have a new washing machine story that
Whoa.
I'm not gonna do that one this time. I'm gonna let it sort of
Grow.
be out there for a bit, and build the hype.
The hype.
Yes.
Better be really good because I got expectations.
it's so fucking good.
Is
No,
it?
it's not good. Of course, it's not good.
I actually listened to
fucking
like
washing machine.
the early episode, like episode 6. That
Was it still washing machine?
Yeah, it's washing machine.
Yeah.
It was about how they fixed it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was like the sticker from a girl at your job that
Yeah.
I totally don't remember any of this.
Yeah. No, that was the worst. That was so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this one is, I don't know. It feels a little bit more grown up-ish story. But it is an Australian washing machine story. So the fucking washing machine is just haunting me wherever I go.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter if I go to the other side of the planet. Yeah, something with me and washing machines.
You're
just
that
doesn't
percent
work.
of people that just don't get along with washing machines.
Yeah, I feel like, what's his name? Grant from Jurassic Park. Like, whenever he touches some electronics, it's just like... Yeah, that's me with washing machines. So I never wash my clothes, actually.
Just lick them clean.
Yeah, I do. They smell great. Like coffee.
My breath is great.
What
the fuck?
Hot dog,
Robert.
That's some great breath.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's do the intro song. Just go.
Intro song, go. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons, even with beards and tattoos. You know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook Heroes, imagination burning. Sketchbook Heroes, Sketchbook Heroes, pick up the Sketchbook Heroes. They don't seem to have any line.
We're back. It's epic. On this episode of the podcast, this is me, Ilias, talking like I always do.
And this is me, Robert. Hello. I'm listening to Ilias talk.
Just made me a honky.
You made yourself a honky. I don't know.
I don't
What is a honky?
A honky is a white person.
Really?
Yeah.
So-
Black people, I think, use that as a slur against white people, which is perfect but you were actually talking like a honky.
Honky tonk.
Honky tonk. I have no idea, really.
Is that like
I don't
a
care.
white person hangout place?
Yeah.
A honky tonk.
We all just honking and talking. what you talking about?
Honk. Because that sounds...
I just see like white people dancing really awkwardly, like, yeah, Margaret.
This is a great honky tonk.
Honk, honk.
Or-
Yeah, we should probably Google this. We have no idea what we're talking about.
We should probably
So,
not Google
with
this.
that
I don't want to be
said-
blacklisted.
Yeah, fuck this. So with that said, on this episode, we're going to be talking about portfolio.
Portfolio.
That's exactly what you said.
Yeah, I know. See, this is how my brain works.
Well, that's
It doesn't.
awesome. So we did get a bunch of questions.
I actually got some more.
More questions.
I got
Shit.
3 more.
Okay, cool. Then we'll add them to the pile, and we'll take like some of them.
Some of them.
Okay. So first one out is college portfolio.
College.
Yeah. What about college portfolio?
Yeah, what about it?
I think when you apply to a school, usually they have it's specifics.
Yeah.
Like some schools have it sort of like we want 4 life studies, 1, I don't know.
So
I think I had like draw a bicycle,
yeah.
life studies, and some other shit. And then like something of my own, like my own creative shit, what I like to do.
Yeah, I think what I had was draw like a still life of...
Yeah, a still life of like a fruit bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had
and
that as well.
I think mine had to include some sort of like a milk carton or a carton, like a square
Okay,
shape,
yeah,
I
yeah,
guess,
square
or
shape, yeah.
rectangle-ish.
Mhm.
So that was one, and then some digital piece, and then any of my own choosing. No, I had to draw my apartment from a topside view.
The fuck?
Yeah, that was a little bit weird.
I'm trying to go to school to learn.
But it was it was very random and strange. And I don't think anybody else, like the following years, did anything similar to that.
Ever again.
Ever
Because they
again.
probably got feedback like, oh, this is shit. Thank you.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
But it was very, very random, very weird. I think the one for Konstfack was a little bit more straightforward and just like do 3 graphic design-ish pieces. We just want to see what you do. And I did illustration pieces, so
Cool.
I did not get in.
Okay. Yeah. I think your best bet is to just see what the guidelines are for your school where you are applying, if you're applying. So see, not against school. No, but just read the brief. Usually they have a brief. Try to take it into consideration when you're doing it. Like, check the brief. Am I deviating from said brief?
Yeah. And I mean, if you don't get a brief for a course, then obviously you just try to look up what the course is all about and
I think
try to interpret that into the stuff that you've done, or maybe do some new stuff for it.
Yeah, I think the key here is to, if you don't have it, just do more stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't, usually portfolios, you should know this ahead of time. So you shouldn't be doing it the last week. A portfolio should be something that you've worked on, you know, like all your work usually that you've done over time. You should be able to put some of your best work into the portfolio. So if you don't have a brief, just like, I think life studies never go wrong if that is the kind of school you're applying to, like a
croquis?
Yeah,
type
no,
thing?
no. Yeah, but life drawing, that stuff, or you know the thing you said, the still life thing.
Oh yeah, still life.
And those two things, I don't think you can go wrong because they're very like fundamental. Like parts of learning and drawing. So
yeah, doing that, I think it's easy to see where your skill level is.
Exactly, and then you put in some personal stuff as well, you know.
Yeah, because we all have our own individual styles, which you can listen to in previous episodes.
Exactly. So you want to take the next one?
Yeah, so this one is actually from Matthias Anderson Art.
Oh, I
Maddie.
Forgot to shout. Yeah, go.
Yeah. So, no, you didn't. Oh, yeah, you did.
The name of the character.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So that question was, the previous question was from Rizu_Lilith. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is from Maddie, and he is asking, if you want to become a tattoo artist, do you think it's a good idea to show a lot of different art styles? So this was very directed to me, and
I'll take it. No.
But you can definitely take it if you want.
No.
So it's the same thing there, really. It depends on what type of style you want to work with and what type of shop you're applying for. If it's a shop that's well known for their black and gray realism, then you shouldn't go in with like old school colorful stuff, unless that's what they are looking for, I guess. I think showcase the stuff that you want to work with, and then maybe add a few pieces of other stuff that you've done just to show the range, but only stuff that you're really sort of proud of, which in my case would be nothing. And actually, so I can quote my my Australian boss on this one, because he gave me his portfolio and he traveled the world with this thing. It was bigger than, you know, the old school phone books. What do you call them?
Shit, yeah, the catalogs.
Yeah, like it was so huge, and it weighed, I think, probably 4 kilograms. Like, it was a huge piece of folder with just everything he's ever done, pretty much. So his thought about this was show everything that you can do. Like, every single piece of thing that you can do, showcase it, because that's going to give you more work. So if you are a traveling artist and you just, you know, you're looking for a new place to work, then it's good to show that you can do texts and you can do tribal stuff and you can do old school, new school, black and whatever you can do. Obviously, it's really good to show that.
And also remember, this is about tattooing, right?
Yes, exactly. So this is only about tattooing. But if you're applying for, I think, a job at a place, then maybe narrow it down so they know what type of jobs they're going to be sort of booking in on you and stuff like that. So the stuff that you're more confident with, I would say. But it's never a bad thing to show that you can do all of these different things if you're good at them.
And you want to do them, because if you don't want to do butterflies and tribal, like, you know, like
then
tattoos,
obviously
show that.
Yeah, exactly. It's very easy. So if you look at my Instagram, you'll see the stuff that I post is the stuff that I want to do. So, yeah. Hope that answered your question, Maddie. Thank you for your question.
All right, next one.
Next one.
Bloody X Marlene, which is a friend. She says, is there, because it's written in Swedish, so I'm going to try to translate it.
Come on, brain, work.
Let's see. Like, how old can the pictures in your portfolio be? Like, what is a reasonable, you know, like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And I would say as long as the work is relevant to your skill today and that you can stand for it, that you didn't make a lot of, like mistakes you wouldn't do today. Like if it reflects bad on your skill today, that's how you should sort of decide if it's worth keeping or not.
Yeah.
Like if those details are noticeable, I'm not talking about like self-critiquing just because of like hating your own work, but is that work like the best that you can do? Because otherwise you can just take that work and just paint over it. You know what I mean? And just like update the stuff that is shit. If you think that the, I don't know, composition or character design still holds up, you could always just tweak your work. You shouldn't be too lazy if you really want that job.
Exactly.
I think.
No. And
Like,
I think that's the key here, really. Like,
and let's move on.
so
Here again, like, do you have one?
yeah.
Go in between.
So this one is from Thomas, or T. Forselius.
Ooh,
Forselius. He's also writing in Swedish. You bastard.
sons of bitches.
And it's a very
Heathens.
direct question. He's asking how many pictures is needed in a portfolio-ish.
$50 million.
Yes.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. So I don't know how we tried to answer this back in the day.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
there is a
like,
number.
No,
I would say just
not too many and not too few.
Exactly. There you go.
Swedish lagom.
Swedish law.
Yeah.
Like balanced. A balanced amount.
Just the right amount. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as I think if you have them in categories so people can see the relevant stuff first, then I think you can tell a story with like 6 to 10 images.
Yeah, I don't think more than 10, seriously.
Yeah.
If it's all relevant stuff and it's directed to a certain job.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to have 20 images, they're not all going to be relevant for that job.
I
Or
don't think so.
most
Or,
likely.
like otherwise sometimes you'll just be showing the same thing.
Exactly.
You just like
Yeah.
you just changed something small, but it's still like it doesn't show anything more than you showed before.
No.
So I think just keeping it to like an amount that you can scroll through. And you should have like some of your best work in the beginning. If you can't see all the work at the same time, sort of like an overview, have some of your best pieces in the beginning just to hook them. And then, something in the end that's like one of your best ones as well.
Yeah, a little
just to sort of like
smack in the face.
But
in
the
the
last,
end.
pull of the fish, like just
Exactly.
them to-
You're starting to lose them a bit, and then
sure, you get them back in there. Yeah.
Smart.
So just that type of thing. But I would say you can show more, but put it in a subcategory. Like this is also stuff that I'm like good at, but isn't relevant to the job. But I enjoy doing it. So that might be a nice way of dividing it so they don't get overwhelmed by a lot of shit that is irrelevant.
And same there, like this is something that I'm wondering about. Would you like to see all the other stuff? Like
If I get to choose, yes. But I don't want it in my face.
No.
So usually it's all at the same time. That's the problem.
But if you had it the way that you asked for it, sort of that you have the relevant stuff in the beginning, and then in the end, just sort of this is what I do on my spare time, I like.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. But it also depends on how many portfolios you're reviewing. If it is like 1,000, then it gets tedious.
Yeah.
Then that's why you want to because then you can say like, oh, these 5 people. And then you take a deeper look into them. You know what I mean? Because you usually want to take a deeper look.
Yeah, of course.
If the work is relevant, okay, I'll put these 5 artists aside, and then I'll go through them like more properly. Because the first time you look through portfolios, when you have, I think I had like 60 that I had to look up just in one sitting. That was just the one time. And I had like 40 minutes, and then I had interviews to do like from a previous like screening of portfolios.
Fuck.
So you just go through them fast. And
That's
you're like,
crazy.
I want 6, 4, and 8,
Yeah.
You just take a couple numbers that resonated well and were clean. Because some of them you just like, I can't even get to the first image, scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can't hook them with like 1, 2 images, just like, seems to be in the right direction, depending on the position.
Yeah.
If it's a junior, you get like, oh shit, yeah, this is awesome. I see potential here. And so on. Like,
that's interesting. Yeah,
so there are reasons for moving, like how fast you can go through a portfolio, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's a senior. This guy, no. You just go through them fast.
But that's super interesting. I think we should deep dive into
Yeah,
that a little
we
bit
can
later.
talk about it later if you remember.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Okay, next one is cubic_meter1. How do you tell what is worth keeping in a portfolio and what isn't? Same thing
Easy.
here again.
If you don't like it, don't show it. If it's relevant for the job,
exactly.
then show it.
Exactly that. And also,
I mean, some of the shit you don't like,
The
but
thing
might
is-
be really relevant.
yeah, exactly. Like you might not like it on a personal level, but it fits the product like perfectly.
Yeah,
Then you shouldn't take your own bias into consideration.
that's true.
Unless
I
you
take
hate
that
drawing that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
because I think most of the portfolios I've sent out, I've sort of loathed.
I've also like had pieces in them that I wasn't 100% about it, but it's seldom that I like over time love everything 100%. Sometimes I could be proud, like, oh shit, I fucking pulled this off. But then, I see it a week later and it's just not as good.
No.
Like things start to show, like.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so I would say just if it's relevant.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can remove it. Like, there's never a question. Like, if it's not relevant, remove it. And then you can put it back in the sort of like the miscellaneous category. At
Yeah,
the end.
exactly. If you like it,
Yeah.
that is. All right, so I have another one here from Nitruz.
Ooh, Nitros!
Nitruz. So he is asking Insta, ArtStation, Behance, or personal website.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's a very good question. I would say it doesn't matter as long as the site loads fast, has all your contact info, and is easily scrollable. Like it's easy to get an overview of your work and sort of like flip through it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to care about. If it is a complicated site where there is like a landing page and then you have to click that, like an animation or video
Exactly.
plays.
How many clicks until you reach
Exactly. No, you should just write the website address and you should have the portfolio
It should be
basically
right there. Yeah.
I think. As soon as I have to like get to the page and then there's like a category like about, CV, portfolio at like the fourth.
Yeah.
No. The page should just be the portfolio.
That's
You
it.
can put all the other irrelevant stuff in a category. I think contact information at the top, like a small bio at the top, like name, blah, blah artist, character artist for and then just contact, and then just images.
Yeah.
The images can have descriptions in them, a few words to say like, oh, it's part of this project, but try to keep it snappy and uncomplicated.
Yeah, easy, I think.
Because we had pages where, like there was animation loading and on one of the portfolio sort of like review things that we did, we let it load, but it's still like it took. We looked at two portfolios in between, and it was like, I don't know if it was our connection, but you don't want to chance your career on them
Good
having
or
a bad
bad. Yeah.
connection.
Yeah,
Just make it easy.
exactly. That's why it's always better to have it as a PDF, like you said
I think
before.
like a PDF is like a pro tip. Like have your portfolio on the web, but also like have them press a button and it downloads.
Yeah.
Just a simplified version, where all the images like in a row or something, just like the relevant shit. You don't need like the miscellaneous and stuff.
No. Yeah.
Just like simplify it.
Simplify it. And I recently stopped using Behance, actually. I got sick of it.
But I never use it.
I liked it before, but something happened, I think, sort of a little bit after Adobe took it over. They changed something in it, and it just didn't feel as
intuitive, or
something happened. I'm not getting the reach I got from before either. So they might have changed up their algorithm a bit
But
too.
everyone does all the time.
I think they wanted to be a bit more professional or something, not so loosey goosey as it used to be. Sort of. So now I don't see the stuff I want to see anymore.
Okay.
And I'm not getting the attention or something that I used to get. So
you're not reaching anyone.
No, exactly. It doesn't feel like it feels like the only reason I'm posting there is to sort of keep it easy to show somebody in the future, maybe.
Okay.
So,
That's
yes.
okay. Sepid Mulder How do you commit on making pieces for your portfolio? I really have trouble finishing my drawings.
Well, that's your number one
Problem.
problem. Yeah.
The thing is, if you can't finish your work, like if you can't finish drawings, there is no need for you to make a portfolio.
No.
I don't think you're ready to do work. Like I think you need to learn like some more basic stuff.
And you need to get faster then, or just commit to finishing pieces.
Exactly. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be done, basically.
Yeah.
I think Jake Parker said it best there. Just finish anything.
Yeah.
Just start smaller. Apparently, you're doing drawings that are way above your skill level, and you're getting discouraged to finish them, and then you move on to the next one.
Yeah. So imagine adding the pressure of having a company behind you or on you, getting you to do stuff.
On a deadline. Like, oh, this has to be done in 2 days, and you can't even commit to drawing your personal stuff at all.
Exactly.
It doesn't get better. Like, I got into the industry, I think... I just slipped into the industry, basically.
Like on the banana peel.
And
Same.
A lot of stuff that I didn't know, I had to fucking work double to learn. It's not impossible, but it's not worth the stress.
No.
Like, it's so unnecessary. Since apparently you seem to have the time.
Yeah.
So just fucking start smaller.
Exactly.
Start, like, trying to finish basic drawings. Like, simplify them.
Maybe do like a made up portfolio brief thing. Like get your friend to I don't know, be your new boss or something, and then start creating stuff for them and set a deadline for yourself. Like just give yourself deadlines and try to push through and just create stuff, because this is what you really need to work on if we're reading this right.
Or if you can't finish your own drawings, try to take a picture of something else. Like study the masters, your favorite artist, and try to just make a master copy of their work.
Yeah. That's
because then at least you don't have to think, how do I solve this problem? What should be in this corner? Where should my character, how do I build the, have everything in front of you.
Learn from the masters.
Yeah, exactly. So just take the Mona Lisa and draw that. It doesn't matter what you choose.
No.
Just take something and try to commit to finishing it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
But I personally feel that you should go back to drawing basics, because if you knew how to draw, you would be finishing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think just go back to the beginning. We're not saying this to be mean. We're not saying this. I think it'll benefit you. If you want to work in this industry, you can't skip your basics.
No.
I skipped a lot of it.
And you have to pay for it.
And I'm still paying for it to this day. There are some things that I'll learn on the fly, and it stresses me the fuck out. And it's just a dumb way to approach stuff. So I, through experience of one who skipped a lot, don't do it.
Yeah, take it from us.
All right, dude.
All right.
Next one. Thanks for the question. I think it was good.
All right, so this one is a little bit loosey-goosey in terms of being a question or
is that your
not.
new word, loosey-goosey?
Yeah, I say it all the time. It's a stupid thing. So this is from Sad Penguin Woman, and I'm assuming she is writing inspiration and growing those skills. I really don't understand.
What was it again?
Inspiration and growing those, within caps, those skills. So what that has to do with portfolio and stuff, I don't really know.
Maybe there is no skill to making portfolio.
There is. Of course, there is.
No. But I mean, what does she mean? Is it the skill to build a portfolio? If you're able to finish drawings, you might have stuff to put in a portfolio. The portfolio doesn't have to be some people make them super fancy, and they have this website that works magically, and everything does its thing. But it could also just be a white page with images on it, side by side. That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't need more than that.
If it reads well, that's all
exactly
you need.
what I'm talking about. It could be symmetrical. The images because you just want them. It could be in a row. preferably no like fancy like sliding out of the screen and stuff like because that stuff might break on some people's computer.
That was my thought exactly.
Yeah, so just keep it simple. Nothing needs to move or like expand or become bigger when you hover. Just need to be able like when you click it, it opens and shows the image, and then you go to the next one and the next one, and it works. If that works, you're good. I don't understand that question either. Exactly.
Yeah. Inspiration, yes.
For
there
a
is
portfolio?
everywhere, and hopefully you will get some from this episode. And then
we've gotten more.
improving those skills, which I don't know which skills you are referring to. This was from my tattoo Insta, so tattooing skills, practice, and just pray to whatever God you pray to that you don't fuck up along the way, which you will, and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
That was my answer to that question. But thank you for writing anyways.
Yeah. Okay,
all right,
so
next one.
Yeah. So obalanserad.
Oh,
Perfect. Easy to say as well.
yes.
Do I need a new one for different jobs? Should I include the process? Can it be video? Like, can I include a video? And you should create a different portfolio for every job you apply to, unless they're same-ish. You know, like if the styles are somewhat close.
Well, I guess you have one that's sort of your everything type of portfolio. Like if you're just...
You mean like a generic
if you're just
portfolio?
reaching out to different companies saying, hey, I'm here. Like they're not looking for somebody in particular. You're just going... Like, oh, I just updated my portfolio. This is sort of the stuff that I'm doing.
I think, I don't know. Like, I don't believe in general portfolios, although I got a job with mine. But that was before the industry got even more saturated with people, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I would say, like, it's good to have a basic, like, something.
Because that's what I mean. I mean, if it's not a company asking, or if you're
But
applying
there's
for a specific company, if you're just doing a more general sending to 50
But
different
who would-
companies.
But that's what I mean. Like, I would never do that.
No, I wouldn't either.
Because
but
I would want my portfolio to fit whatever they are working on. I do that plus maybe that altered. You know what I mean? Like I would do something that they do so I can show them. Because the problem, I don't want to talk about it right now. I want to deep dive into all these things later. But I want them to know that I can do the job.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the biggest problems with portfolios nowadays, or like has always been.
Definitely.
Is that you get irrelevant portfolios. So, okay, they can draw this, but can they do the job?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. And I'm never going to take a big chance on someone that I don't know at all.
No. Like, yeah, if you have somebody that already showcased that they can do that job, then you don't have to go through the whole having them do like a work sample test thing, or, you know, it's a whole loop you don't have to go through.
But also that work test thing, like, sometimes the work is so so far away from what we do that I'm just like, will this person enjoy doing 2D artwork? You know, like simple 2D graphic vectorized artwork or something like that. If that's what that's what we did at King, at least.
Yeah.
You know, so when you get like high fantasy or sci-fi and it's super rendered,
you
like,
just know that they're going to be
are they going to be
hating
miserable?
themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Are they going to enjoy it? Because they've shown no work like
related to the actual job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So either they're just lazy in doing their research, they don't know what the fuck they're applying to.
That's it.
And, you know, like, so what am I taking from this? Like, I could make assumptions, and you don't want them to make assumptions about you, because you might want to simplify your style, or, you know, like, go the simpler path.
Yeah.
But you're coming off as lazy.
Exactly.
Whereas other people send in, you know, like a on-point portfolio. Then why am I wasting time on your lazy-ass portfolio when I could just go with, you know, like this person?
The pro.
The one that seems to be pro, but has less experience than you, but you still just...
But they just nailed it. You know?
Exactly. And that's the people you're sort of like fighting with. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I got one last one.
Go for it.
So this one is from Anna Upside Down, or My Anna.
You're Anna?
Man.
Anna?
Yes, the Anna.
Rana. Robert Anna. Rana.
So she is asking if you can, and this is in Swedish and it's quite long, so I'm trying to make it snappy.
Google Translate.
Can you refer to your website as a portfolio, or should you always have a specific portfolio? And then because she works more with video content than just 2D art and stuff. So obviously a website is more suited for that type of stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't really work as a PDF, but yeah. So like, is that okay, or should you think in a different type of format if you're?
What I would personally do is I would take some screen grabs, like some nice screen grabs from the video in the PDF or like on the website as well.
Yeah.
But I'd also have it, like PDF can take links, so people can click on the PDF and open it up. But I would definitely I would do both. Like, you don't need anything beyond your own website.
No.
If it's like yourname.com or something like that, or .art, that is available nowadays as well.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Like, as long as it looks clean, is easy to find, just do it. And when it comes to video, like if it's collaborative, I would like to see a breakdown of your parts so you can show the whole thing.
But then
maybe
what you
have, like, this is you could give like 4 images, like examples of what is your part in it. Or, like if you have like a breakdown or a video of just your part, Because usually when you do collaborative work, maybe someone just does the lighting, someone does like a 3D thing, and you animate like 2D effects on top, if you can show something like that, that's good. Sometimes you can't get that. If you work like professionally at big companies, you sometimes you can't get the breakdowns.
Yeah.
But you can get the whole thing, the collaborative effort.
Yeah.
So try to specify, because I know that a lot of professionals usually just show like a collaborative thing. And they're like, I did the FX. Yeah. And you're like, which
what
ones?
effects?
Yeah, what effects? There's so many. But, they've been working for a long time, and you just have to, there are probably other examples as well in their videos that they've done the effects,
Yeah.
But, try to show as much as possible, as specific to what you did as possible.
And I think that's a good, so you could do an interactive PDF and you could have the screenshots and then just have them sort of clickable, and then that links to the YouTube.
To the actual, or to the YouTube or to the website or whatever.
Because that's sort of a cheap way to do a PDF.
Yeah, and optimize your video so they play. Like 4K is awesome, but I just want to see it now.
Exactly.
So 720 is more than fine. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it like decent.
Yeah. It should be easy to load.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're looking on their phone and they're stressed and your video is never loading,
then you're going to have to move on. Yeah.
You just go to the next one and probably forget that person.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like add some images before the video so that there is an incentive, like, oh my god, this looks badass.
Yeah.
Or just like it can be like a small GIF playing, like a
little piece of it. Yeah,
a little
exactly.
like two like
sort of
back and forth animation. I don't know, just like
them
visual
hooked.
interest. Yeah. We have I've gotten like 3 people writing. Or 2 people, but they've written like several questions.
All right.
So I'm just going to read the whole thing as one question.
I have 2 more.
Is my Behance profile... Borrowed_pencils asks, is my Behance profile enough as a portfolio? Yes. Move on. If not, should I make a PDF? Yes, you can do that as well.
Please do.
How necessary is it to have a specified niche? I work in multiple areas of art, so I can't decide mine. You don't need to.
It depends
if you're,
on the
unless job. I would say unless you're super famous and everyone knows you and they want to hire you for the thing, whatever the fuck the thing is, even if you don't know, the job you're applying for has a specific thing.
Yeah.
Draw that. That's what you should be. That should be your niche when applying for that job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever you like to do, you put that in the miscellaneous box or like pile.
Yeah.
And what should be the popping points of a portfolio? 1, that you can do the job.
Yeah.
and then start strong, end strong, basically.
Exactly, like a good mixtape.
Yeah, and also have your like how they can contact you super accessible, because
Yes.
sometimes the portfolio is awesome, no contact info anywhere,
Yeah.
except one of those like, oh, fill in your name and email and we'll get back to you. Like, what? Then you move on. You don't have time for that shit.
That's insane.
So, okay. Oh, god damn it. Swedes. The question was in English. Okay, translate. You had one in between, right?
Yeah.
for it.
So I'm not shouting this person. I can take both of them in one go. So one was hi, and hi. So and the second one was, do you want more followers? And
Okay.
yes, I do, but I don't want you to help me get them. So
Cool.
thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for writing.
I have another one. Probably friends with your friends. Follow me, please. But it's follow me, please.
Yeah,
as
that's
in
nice.
pleading, like,
Yeah.
please, please.
And all in caps as well.
yeah, all in caps.
So
Very good.
Very, very.
Uh,
No, I'm sorry. I will not follow you.
okay, and now a real person. Zoo artist. And not zoo, like it's Z-U. So, how can I make a portfolio look professional by writing in English? And should it be like a physical portfolio or a digital one? Nobody wants physical copies anymore.
No.
Like in most cases.
I
I'm
think
not saying that
that's,
everyone is like
It's
that.
like a cute thing. I think if you're
It is cute.
maybe if you're like a regular freelance artist
Yeah.
and you just want to do something a little bit
Different?
fun,
Yeah.
then I would do something like that and just send it
Oh,
out to your
yeah.
regulars.
Yeah.
But other than that, no.
I would also like it if someone met me somewhere and they gave me a physical copy, like a little book portfolio-ish
Yeah,
thing.
but yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
'Cause that's
But I would- like if you're applying for a job, I don't want like 170,000 paper
physical.
portfolios
Yeah, exactly.
and then
Yeah, small books.
a couple of physical ones. I just want them all in one place. I don't want to carry your portfolio. Like even if it's a unique thing, someone sent us like an origami fucking Candy Crush thing. Awesome. Did we hire that person?
No.
But it was cool. Like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But it just becomes more of a, I don't know,
It's more of a gimmicky
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So-
just need you to know if you can do the job.
Again, just keep it as simple as you can possibly make it for the person that needs to see it.
You could always like draw in their style the things that they want with your twist. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
you could do a couple of ones where you don't twist it up so they actually see,
like you could actually
the point.
deliver the thing.
the thing, and then you can do
it's
like, oh,
this
but
is
I
what
also
we
made-
could do with
yeah,
it. Yeah,
exactly.
Potential expansion of the IP, maybe. I don't
Mhm.
know.
And yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Keep it simple.
Just keep it. So should we dive into the topic now?
Yeah, let's just stop rambling and start rambling.
Okay, so we've already gone for almost an hour, and
Yes.
that was questions. But I have notes, motherfuckers.
Yes, Elias is very professional.
I am
today.
very professional. It just took like 10 episodes.
I took notes too, but only for the stupid movie. And hope you guys did your homework. 'cause-
I got
Oh,
the
you got a
same
new one.
person that wrote "Follow me, please," all caps. Now wrote to my personal account in not capital letters.
Oh, really?
What the fuck are they called when they're not capital?
Lowercase?
Lowercase. Thank you, motherfucker. It's just like I know they're like smaller. It's smaller case.
Smaller case?
Smaller case.
Lowercase?
Lowercase. Yeah.
I'm
So-
confused now, actually. Is it
No, it's lowercase.
lowercase?
It's lowercase.
Yeah, it is.
It's correct.
Yeah. All right. What are they writing?
Same thing.
Same thing?
Exact same thing. Please.
Follow me, please.
Yeah. So it's a plead for follow.
But now it's more of a whisper.
But it's a whisper.
me,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. Please follow. ASMR. And please follow. Okay.
Yes.
So let me jump to my notes
Jump.
because I'm really good at notes. They're very extensive. No, they're not. God damn it.
Sketchbook Heroes.
I think like we talked about like on the first portfolio episode that we made.
The
I
portfolio
listened
rant.
It's exactly what it is.
Yes, it is.
I listened to it today. It was shit.
And
I think that sums up our podcast.
yes,
Really?
no, but it wasn't shit. It had some nuggets of gold. And I think I'm just going to, on this episode, like we've answered some of the questions and we're going to, I think, stick to the main topics or keep it more like confined and then talk movies.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we have answered your questions and I think that covered a lot.
It covers up a lot.
Yeah.
And I think there are some things that I just want to get in.
And just
then
emphasize more.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think I'm done.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, without saying, the simple website thing is the first one that I have.
Yeah.
Like, keep a simple website that doesn't need to load. It doesn't have fancy schmancy things, that works on your computer and mine, but not on the people actually looking to hire you.
Yeah.
And it's so different from computer to computer. So keep it simple.
Definitely.
Don't make it like super dynamic. You know, like it should be dynamic, but it shouldn't be complicated. Like, it should work on most computers, and you should check that before you launch it.
Yes. That's why you have friends or colleagues or whatever it is.
Or just take something pre-designed that has that functionality in it.
Yeah.
So if you see something that looks super cool, avoid it. And then I would say the second important thing, contact information. Just fucking put it at the top. Your name to the artist. And you can write, if you've worked like in other places or like you've worked on a big project that you think like, oh, I did pretty
It's relevant
cool work.
for this. Yeah.
Exactly. Or how you like to describe yourself.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I say Swedish illustrator and game
prostitute.
artist and prostitute for money.
Yes.
And that is what I write. and I could also add that I've worked on Candy Crush or, you know, like stuff like that.
But again,
but
more
I
like
keep
that
it simple,
little,
but it's
like that hook.
Yeah, it's a little
The
hook.
story, like, so he worked with this. So yeah, it's.
I think that's really good. Just like saying that you've had any, like, real experience, but don't put it there if the the work thing that you did sucked.
Yeah.
Like, then just keep it to yourself.
You need to be able to sort of stand by.
You should, yeah, exactly. It's basically like putting a good piece in your portfolio.
Yeah.
If the work that you did, I have work for clients that I did. I'm never going to show that in my portfolio.
I've already forgotten those.
Exactly, because I would say that all in all, they would bring down the whole portfolio.
Definitely.
Because people are like, is he lucky? And that brings me to the next point.
Okay.
Portfolio consistency. Like, if your art sort of, like, 'cause I think we didn't mention this in the previous one.
No, this sounds way too professional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And something that I thought about today is that, like, the variety of quality in your work, if your best piece and your worst piece are miles apart, people are going to say, like, where the fuck what is he going to deliver?
Yeah.
Is he sometimes going to deliver rubbish, which is your worst piece in your portfolio? Or is he going to be, like, delivering, like, the solid concept here? Like, they won't know where to put you because you're, like, you do a good piece, then you give them shit, and then you do a good piece, you know.
But how do you define what's shit and what's good if you're questioning everything you are doing? Like,
but I think...
Because that's always a question that we get.
Yeah,
like,
and that's the one that we talked about earlier with the questions as well. Like, you need to understand, like, if you put your work and, let's say, a production timeline with other art in the game, whatever game it may be, because my experience is in games.
Yeah.
So I would say if I put your work, will it break the, you know, the quality of, like, let's use Candy Crush, because Candy Crush, everyone's seen it and everyone loves or hates it, you know, like, but it's still, like, it's a specific style. So if you were drawing that style, there is still quality to it. You might not like the design of the characters, but that's on you, you know, like, that doesn't matter. But if you put your work there, would it match or would it break it? And that's how you should judge your work.
And that's why I actually never applied for Candy Crush again. Because I tried to sort of draw it in my style or draw it in their style. And it just wasn't me.
Yeah.
And
I struggled a lot with that.
And I just realized that I would probably be miserable working there. Like, I'm sure the workspace is awesome and the colleagues are great. But the work would kill me. It just, So that was actually a very good sort of turning point for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice lesson learned.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, of
early
course,
on,
of course you
yeah.
want the job and you need the money and all of this stuff, but in the long run, it's not worth it, really. So I think that whole maybe just take a step back and really look at what you're applying for. You know, is it something that you're going to be passionate about in 2 years? Like, you know,
you don't know, even if you
exactly.
like love the idea of working there. Yeah, but sometimes you take a chance. But I think you learned that like afterwards. You know, like with reflection and time. Basically,
but that's also like it's a good way, like doing a work test like that for yourself for Candy Crush, for example.
Yeah,
just trying to draw that style will immediately let you know if you will like it or not. Or like, for me, it was very difficult to do because I'm not used to working with Illustrator. There was just so many things that would go against my workflow. So,
but then you would have been working with me, and I would have taught you like I did with Andy.
I know I would have nailed it in the end. It would have been awesome, and we would have had a fucking awesome time.
Yeah, and then we both would have quit.
Yes,
and then
we would have. Then we would have taken over the office, and then we,
shit on the desk, and then
rule the world.
Okay.
Candy Smash.
Candy Smash. So consistency in your portfolio. That's what we're trying to say. That is
always
all that
meant
consistency. But I love notes. You can just get back to it without forgetting.
So how would you then define consistency? Is it just solely in the work that you showcase? That's
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
so not just like the framework of how you present your work.
The portfolio or the no. I would say just depends on what kind of job it is. That's the problem.
And that's always, we're always going back to that.
Yeah. Because the thing is, some work, like you need to show your thought process. You know what I mean? Like you need to show like how did you come up with that design? Like it's like math.
Yeah.
You can't just write the answer like, oh, that super complicated formula 5.
Exactly.
Like X5.
Yeah.
Like what? No. You have to explain how you came to that conclusion. And that's what you need to do with some of the
work.
Art. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay, next one. Yeah, keep it relevant. Don't waste people's time.
Yeah.
Because, the people that look at your work, sometimes it's even recruiters and, oh, wow, that was hard. Recruiters. Okay, now I've thought about it too much. Yeah. Recruiters. Recruiters. No, I can't say it.
The hiring people.
No. They look at your work first.
Yeah.
And they judge it. They know nothing about fucking art.
I was just going to say.
So, make it good. And then targeting your portfolio towards, like, I can't stress this enough. Like, no matter how much I say it, there's always, like, a good 50% of nonsense passing through, at least. So I would say adapt to the company you're applying for. Like, it's not that hard. And you should just, like, if you like the company, like, if you're not just applying out of necessity and need, and you just want to work at Blizzard or you want to work at, like...
DICE or EA.
Yeah, the ICA, Star Wars games, whatever the fuck you want to work with.
Yeah.
Present that type of work.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Like, draw the shit that they do. Like, because that's the daily job. That's what you're going to be doing there.
Yeah.
So if you like drawing vehicles, draw Star Wars vehicles for them. You know what I mean? Present some old, like some designs that they have altered with your shit. But just make sure that you show that you can do what they need you to do. And then, I can also do some backgrounds. And you can show them, if the quality is good enough. Like, if you compare to what they're doing. And you're like, this is pretty much what I do. Yeah. And then present that.
Exactly.
I think, and depending on the position that you're, like, if it's a junior position, they might cut you some more slack if your stuff isn't as, like, polished as, like, senior people. But if you're sort of, like, applying for a senior position and your portfolio is, like, because I know people that have worked in different types, like, they're art directors. but they can't draw for shit.
No, I know.
But they have like a good visual, like
they understand.
They understand how to get projects together, like how to put the money together to make it work, and you know that. But they can't draw for shit. But when they see it, they understand, or they have a vision, and they can keep that vision, although they can't draw themselves, you know, like perfectly.
Yeah.
So there are higher positions that aren't very good at drawing.
Yeah.
So just know what you're applying for,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Do you have anything on targeting the portfolio?
I mean, not really. I think because I can only sort of go the tattoo route, and after answering Maddie's question, that was
basically
I pretty much covered it. Yeah.
And then again, like, don't send the same portfolio around to everyone. You're not going to get a job. Like, you might be lucky if you play the numbers.
Yeah.
You could always get lucky, but I'd rather just get the job I want rather than get another one.
Yeah.
Out of luck. You know, like, I want the job that I want.
Because so my education or the school I went to, they wanted us to do that. So they wanted us to create a sort of a generic portfolio that symbolized us as a, you know, this new master artist coming out of school and just showcasing all the stuff that we've done in school.
Yep.
And obviously, I mean, you have to
but
have
I
one
remember
of those.
that portfolio. It was the one with the trucks and
exactly.
the cars.
So like
and
the technical stuff, and then you
the
have
flashlight.
Exactly.
You had
So
a lot of.
it was kind of niched for the more technical side of illustration.
But I think that type of stuff with the B and the breakdown and stuff, I think that would have worked perfectly for those types of jobs.
Exactly.
Because I don't think that was irrelevant. That one you could have sent to, you know, like if you were applying to Volvo, for example,
Exactly
you
what
would
I
have
was
needed
thinking,
more cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is a blah, blah, blah. This is just to show them that you can do a breakdown of that, where the beast would have been over, you know, like irrelevant to them.
Yeah,
But you could have it
exactly.
as a side thing, or the flashlight breakdown, I think is still relevant because you're breaking down technical components.
Exactly. So it's sort of in the same realm of business.
Exactly. So
they can easily see how that would translate into
yeah.
the Volvo universe.
Yeah, and
you know?
you also had like a truck and a car.
Yeah.
So
And I did work at Scania a little bit and all that stuff too. But so they wanted us to do one of those generic ones and send that out to pretty much everybody, but just to really show companies that, you know, we're alive.
yeah. We exist.
And I did kind of, and that's how I got the Lego job. So like that's why I'm kind of a little bit for showing people that you are out there. Not that I ever did after, even when I became a freelance artist, like a full-time freelance artist. I never did that anymore.
Yeah.
Like after having worked in a business, I realized that, yes, I need to sort of make it a more direct approach portfolio thing. Like, and that's how I've done it after. And then I just didn't do it anymore because now I'm a tattoo artist and a slacker.
Fuck that shit. Also, I think one of the best things you can do as a artist, like putting your portfolio together, is not wait until you actually have to apply.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you know that you are like, oh, I really want to apply to Blizzard or, you know, Rockstar Games or whatever the fuck it is you want to do. If you know you want to work on Star Wars stuff, start making that Star Wars portfolio. Like
yesterday,
exactly. Because you're not gonna be like when they start like, oh, we need a artist for, you know, vehicle artist for Star Wars or character artist for Star Wars. You already have that shit. You'll be the first person to just like send it in, you know, like that's better. Like just being prepared rather than stressing it all last minute, because we all know how those portfolios look.
Yes.
Guilty.
We've all done them. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, very guilty.
God. I'm getting the worst flashbacks here.
Same here.
Oh my
same
God.
Here.
Oh, so bad.
Garbage. So yeah, prep. Also ask a friend that maybe works in the industry or like in any type of design thing if they have a clue of what they're talking about. Or reach out to someone that you know online. Like if you know an artist that seems to be working in the industry and they can give you a few tips, maybe
Yeah.
That's also good. Like Sketchbook Heroes. Like we can't review all your portfolios, but we could give you like, oh, maybe you should just like match their profile, blah blah blah. You know, like small things, like maybe remove this image because it's.
I mean, because you're kind of used to seeing it, and you know how people should think better than I do. So.
But even I make mistakes on my own one. That's why I'm saying like reach out, because you're blind to your own turds.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
that's the best way to put it, I think. Yeah. Blind to your own turds. Yeah.
LinkedIn quote.
But so reach out, get help. I think
I had a guy from India actually just reach out like a couple, like maybe like 2 months ago.
Oh yeah.
And I told him like, oh fuck, just don't use that portfolio. That's rubbish. I actually was very.
That sounded so mean.
I was not mean.
Reached out and you're like, nope.
No. He was like, oh, please try to get me a job. India is a hard place to work. Blah blah blah.
Oh, okay.
Blah. And I was like, I can't really help because I don't know anyone that's like. You'll still have to get in on your own merits. You know, like I can't. I'm not a magician. That's not how the business works.
Exactly.
Unless you maybe own the company, but. So I told him, like, you really need to remake your portfolio, or like the whole design at least. Like, it's like I can't even see what the fuck. He had like a blue character on a blue background.
What?
Exactly. What? He had like a green game, like the UI of a game that was green on a green background. So you saw none of it.
What the fuck?
Exactly that. I was like, just take a color that is the just. Like makes it stand out.
Yeah.
Just pull it all back. Like you can have the green, but pull it back. Make it darker. Like have the design stick out. Don't make it's not about the blue background. It's not about the green behind. Why is that the strongest color in your palette? So he did that, and I also told him to like everything that's game design, put them in sort of like columns, so that you can easily just see the designs that are cohesive. So one column is like blue. That one had, like blue elements, like UI elements. Then there was a green column, and then there was like a pink column.
So just a simple color code that make it easy to read.
And then he pulled back, because all the colors in the back were like brightest, saturated to the max, like 100% saturated. So that was a stronger color than anything in the design. I thought he maybe thought that it would like bring it out, but it just made it like you couldn't look at it. And I just told him like, pull it all back, just like drag saturation down, like just simple colors in the back. They're just there for support, like to line up the artwork rather than have it floating on white.
But do you think that people think they're trying to reinvent the wheel when they like? They think they have to do more.
More? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
And just like, but if I do it this way, it's going to be different, and maybe it'll stand out more.
Yeah, it burned my eyes.
Yeah.
That kind of stand out.
And that
my eyes like, ah!
But I can imagine people thinking that way.
Maybe. So yeah, or you're just like blind to it all. Like eventually, like you've done it so
exactly.
So
and
long.
I mean that's happened to me multiple times.
Oh yeah, same here. I've done so many weird things in life and in my work that I'm just like, why? Why did I do this?
Exactly.
And especially on my most popular one, the Zelda one, still like not the recent Zelda ones, like the one from 2012. That's still sort of like, it's so bad.
It's like herpes.
The idea is good. Like I like the idea behind it. I still enjoy that idea, but it's garbage. Like when I look at it, I'm just like, nothing makes any sense. Like there's one light source that makes sense. The rest is just bananas. But
that's how you learn, Elias.
Yes, that is how you learn. But it's worse when it's your own turd. But yeah, so I just told him to like pull it all back, and just like simplify, remove this. And also I told him to like recreate some of the like works from like other famous games, like sort of like matching the styles to stuff that he wanted to, because he wanted to apply to King, for example. And I told him they're not looking right now, but if you want to, you could always just make a character in the style of, Bubble Witch, Candy Crush, whatever.
Yeah.
And he did somewhat, but it wasn't just like something was off. You know what I mean? And it's super hard to give critique when it comes to that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and eventually, though, he cleaned up his portfolio. He sent me like a super clean version of it. I sent him examples. Like,
Okay.
'cause I took our friend Dominus that was here on the podcast.
Yep.
On some episode. I don't remember. Ages ago.
Yeah.
And I showed him like his work. I was like, look here. He has all his assets for Candy Crush like this. Then he has like some other games that he worked on. Like all the characters lined up in like a small like backdrop, like a light gray backdrop. And then they all stood in a row. Just simple stuff. He did that, like 2 pages of different types of things. I was like, that's it, dude. That's it. You don't need anything more. You're showing your characters. They're not being like weirded out by that weird background color. Everything is
You're
like
not confused
visible
by anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just clean. You have like the pink, blue, and green backdrops that are like subtle and nice. They bring out the characters, like they complement the colors rather than just like kill them.
Yeah. So
And-
maybe have like a basic color wheel.
Yeah. And I told him to remove all the weird shit.
Yeah.
Like artwork I was just like, dude, no. Mm-mm. Just don't show that. Like, I know it's a professional job. Don't show it. Just don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's not to your benefit. It might benefit whoever uses it, but it's not for your benefit.
Yeah.
Like, if you want a job, don't use it. And he got a job. He wrote to me like a couple of weeks ago. He's like, oh, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. I got a job at this like kids apps learning thing in India.
Oh, shit.
Apparently they pay him like fairly well as well.
Oh, that's
Because
awesome.
he said like everyone was like dissing his like the requested money
Oh, yeah.
that he wanted.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, just don't accept any shitty deals. Just like
Stick
do
by
what
it.
you can. Yeah, do what you can to survive, and then just like apply. Keep applying to jobs. Like look at the casino industry. Look at this. Like just get in somewhere.
Yeah.
And then
Just
take
start,
it from there.
Start
Yeah.
working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of the most important things too. To really, sometimes you have to not give a fuck really about what you get. You just need to get into
Somewhere. Just
Somewhere.
like you
Yeah,
start
just-
getting to know people.
because that's gonna help
He didn't
you
seem
evolve.
to know what he wanted to do
No,
either.
no. And
he
you-
just
you
wanted
never
money,
really
basically. No,
do.
but he just wanted to get work so he could survive,
Yeah.
basically. So I was just like, apply to anything. You'll know if you like it or not once you're there.
Exactly. Yeah. It's better to try it and then realize you hate it than to not try it.
To not try it, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And also, it might be like, oh, I hate this, but I discovered that I love this.
Exactly.
So
just like the
like we've
the
said
school,
before,
school
yeah.
thing. Yeah. Just so you can eliminate things that, well, so you know in the future, I hate this. I'm never ever gonna fucking work with that shit again.
Mhm.
Advertisement.
So yeah, bottom line on this one is like feedback from a friend. Not a friend that like pats you on the butt.
No,
but,
definitely not.
Like someone that maybe has reviewed portfolios, or maybe an artist in the industry that you talk to online.
If you have like a professional at hand.
Yeah, exactly. Just reach out.
Yeah.
Because I've had also another friend, like old friend, reached out and like, please, can you take a look at my portfolio? So
Yeah.
shout out Lars Otterklo.
Lars.
Lars.
Is he still tattooing?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Because I haven't seen.
He just posts things, and now he hasn't posted anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
But
his
he
stuff
also
in
reached me out
ages.
because he wanted a full-time job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because
So
he reached out to me with the tattoo stuff a while back, and
okay,
then
yeah. Nothing.
just nothing. Yeah, so I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, help each other.
Yeah, help each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you don't know, maybe a friend of you online knows someone that could take their time to just help you out.
Yeah,
I think it's good to get some fresh eyes, especially from someone that works with something similar to the thing you want to apply to.
and you can always try asking people that you look up to on Instagram as
I
well.
think so as
Maybe
well. Just reach
write,
out.
Yeah, write them and ask if it's all right. You know.
Exactly.
But
One thing, though-
professionally and not.
Yeah. Don't
God.
start with hi.
No,
Oh man, that is the worst. When people just hi, how are you?
and that's it.
And then no, but then they just keep like one sentence at a time, like every 4th hour. Like no, just write the whole damn thing.
Exactly. It's
Like,
you
hi.
need to see it like writing an email.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry to
Even if
bother
it's-
you,
yeah.
but
Because
would
I
appreci-
get that all the fucking time.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
just write me, "Hi, I want to do this." You're like, "What?" Like, "Hi, who are you? What do you want?" Like,
yeah, what is
the
this?
fu-
What? Yeah, be specific. Explain your
Yeah.
like make
It's
a
like-
case like for what
Exactly.
you need, because otherwise you're just wasting people's time.
and I don't know who you are. Like, if you just write me like that, I get pissed.
Okay, I don't get pissed.
I get annoyed with you. Like, it's so disrespectful in a way. Like, I would never do that to anybody else. I wouldn't expect anybody else to do that to me. Then again, I'm an old fart, so I'm not with the hip young kids these days.
No,
so,
I would just say be clear, man. Just be like, when you reach out to people and you're going to take up some of their time.
Be professional.
Yeah, be clear and be professional. Yeah. Or, you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
No doubt.
Yeah, and then always show, I think, just like what you love doing. Like, that should be the main part of your portfolio, is stuff you can, like, you could draw. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Delivering on time.
It actually, it has always been going.
Yeah, okay, I just heard
stops.
it for the first time. That's
won't stop.
Robert's
Never
Belly
stopping.
is also our third member, official member of the podcast.
Definitely. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. At Rob's Belly at Instagram. But I would say you should like consider your portfolio to be something that you actually want to do, for that you can like imagine yourself doing on a daily basis, just like redrawing and redrawing and redrawing. You know, maybe the same thing, maybe just similar things, but you know, that's what you should be applying for. Like, I think you could get into doing something else as well in the beginning. But don't be like, oh, I'm just going to be this character artist that only draws in my own style and everyone loves me. That there's a few of those.
It's like 1 in a billion.
Yeah, your style needs to be specific. And if you sort of end up, I think, applying for jobs and you go the what do you call it? The general portfolio thing. One advice that I can give you is vary up your styles. Don't like. I think we talked about fan art in the old one. Maybe I didn't listen that far. Should you have fan art in your portfolio?
Yeah.
I think not. It can be in your like miscellaneous pile. Like you could do stuff
More like a fun added extra thing, maybe.
Yes, but I think if you're gonna work, like for example, if you're gonna work as a concept artist or like a character artist, I mean,
Yeah.
You might want to show them that you can create characters rather than I can copy other people's work.
Yeah, exactly.
You could do that in your personal like stuff that you'd love to draw. Like if that category, like you could put some like, oh, I redesigned the whole Batman crew or the Ninja Turtles or you know whatever
exactly.
else we love.
You made it into your own little project.
Exactly,
Like,
and
you can make it look professional, I guess, instead of more
think
just.
So. I think so, and you could also give it, like I think if you're good, you might give them, like you might reinvent the concept of the Ninja Turtles or the. Because I think the Ninja Turtles stands the test of time. Batman as well, like most comics.
Yeah.
Like they've been around for so long now.
They're so iconic now.
They're so iconic, but some of the redesigns, dude, they're so fucking different.
Yeah.
And I
That's
love
like-
both. You know, like I love the original, but I love this take on it.
Yeah.
You know, and if you can make people interested in your stuff like that.
Like Bjorn Hurry.
Oh fuck yeah!
Because he did the steampunk Star Wars series.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
he just reinvented some of the most iconic characters and made them into his sort of really crazy, trippy, steampunky versions. Like, it's such a cool thing, but, you know, he did something that he loved doing with an IP that he loved, but in a totally different way. Like, if you didn't know that he had redrawn Star Wars characters, you wouldn't really, I think, relate them to Star Wars. Like, that's how different they were. It's only when he writes it's steampunk Yoda that you're like, oh, fuck, okay, I can kind of see that. You know? So he really took it, you know, the next level with the fan art, you know.
But that's what happens when you come from Japan.
Exactly. The hood, bro.
Hood, yo. I can't believe he lived there and we didn't know him at all.
Yeah,
Like,
I met him twice.
That is so insane.
It's so, yeah.
This is a person that, like, I lived about, like
300 meters away, 500? No.
Like I lived 150 meters maybe from you.
Yeah.
And he lived in between us.
Oh,
somewhere.
really?
Yeah, I think he lived like in those houses.
I thought he lived close to Dakke, like on that side. But
I don't know why I got it that he lived in those like the houses in between our places.
He might have.
But who cares? Yeah,
Yeah,
we all lived fairly close to each other.
Same
Like, let's say 150 meters
Yeah.
between our houses
Yeah.
without us knowing each other, or we knew each other.
yeah, but he's, what is he, 2 years older or
I don't
something
know.
like
Yeah,
that?
but insane.
Yeah. I even went to the same school as him. That's
That is
how
what-
how I sort of learned about him, because my teacher was obsessed with his stuff, and he was so happy that he had made it, because he started drawing the was it World of Warcraft stuff?
Yeah,
I think
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he did something for
Something
Blizzard.
famous.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
and pretty early on in his career.
Yeah.
And my teacher was just like, "Oh my God, yeah, you need to hook up with him. Like you need to just get as much information from him as you can." And la 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 la.
Squeeze his brain dry.
Yes. Never really did, but I mean, now we kind of talk sometimes. Cool dude. Shout out Björn.
Whoop.
Björn Huri.
Yeah, HURRI.
Huri.
Huri.
Yeah. Sorry. Just always saying stuff to derail the fuck out of this thing.
No. But I didn't
yeah.
have that much stuff. Like, I would just say that if you're going to vary or, like, generalize your portfolio,
Don't
try
add
to-
fan art.
don't add fan art, like, unless you add it to a separate category that they can optionally look at.
Yeah.
Keep your relevant stuff at the top, but if you're going to go the generalist route, make sure that you draw, like, some iconic styles on the market right now, maybe.
Yeah.
That might be, like, at least that'll hit a few marks.
Exactly, and it's gonna give you like a little plus in the edge
I think so.
of I guess showing them that you're sort of into the art world, I guess, or like you know what is hip right now or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
or that you can adapt to what's hip right now, at least. Like, maybe
Exactly.
that's not your passion,
yeah,
but you think it's, like, you enjoy drawing,
Yeah.
and you can draw in a variety of styles.
exactly, and that's always a
Yeah.
valued asset.
And I think just, like, pick 3. I think there's, like, a few specific ones out there, you know, like, it's a more, like, neutral sort of concept art stuff where you just want to sort of, like, show ideas. And then there's the 2D games that is a very specific style, like Candy Crush, Bubble Witch, like Clash of Titans, you know, whatever. Clash of Clans, maybe that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Like those type of games. Like, there are specific styles to these, and I think, like, you could go with the Angry Bird route. You could, you know, like, it doesn't matter as long as you nail a couple of different things.
Yeah.
And it could be the same character, because that's what I like. The idea of making a new portfolio now is, like, taking my character
And then doing
and then just doing it in all their styles. So
Yeah.
I'll have my original, and then I'll just do it in the Bubble Witch style, do it in the World of Warcraft style, do it in this style. Because then you just show a variety of, you know, that you can take the things that you do and make them into whatever the fuck is popular.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Because
think
then you
that's
show
awesome as well.
creativity, ingenuity of your own,
Yeah.
but adaptable.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
Plus, it's gonna look really nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of a consistent portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have anything else on the portfolio rant?
You had a question that you said that you wanted to ask later. I don't remember what that was.
Yeah.
Yes. And I told you we're never going to remember. Like, we're
What
not
was
going to
it?
remember. Fuck it.
Yeah. It was something that somebody asked you, I think, and then we started
exactly.
talking
And
about
then we
it.
started. And
Yeah.
then
I'm sure we've answered it.
we
and
probably did.
yeah.
We were great.
so good. This is the best episode.
Yeah. No, but I really have nothing else.
Yeah.
I think just keeping it simple. Don't overcomplicate the look of the portfolio. Simple stuff, contact information,
Exactly.
and yeah.
Yeah.
And
That-
also always work on your portfolio. Like, don't put in stuff that you don't like.
Exactly.
That's it. That's what we're gonna say. How do you decide, about being proud of your work?
Exactly.
And-
Because we never are.
Yeah, you aren't. Like, it
no.
is super tricky to
It
be
is-
proud.
Yeah. It's one of the worst things when you sit down and you start
Yeah.
trying to select things for a portfolio.
Mhm.
Like it's so daunting, and you start looking at your work, and then, you know, 1 second everything looks awesome, the next it all looks like shit. You start questioning every single fucking decision you do. Yeah, how do you go forward from that, because
Yeah.
I'm assuming a lot of people are sitting in exactly that position right now.
And I think it's just feedback.
Yeah.
Just getting people to look at it
Mm.
with eyes that aren't yours, that have been looking at this critically. Like some of us are super self-critical and we're making the wrong decisions based on that.
Yeah.
And some of us are too optimistic and we're making the wrong decisions because of that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
And maybe too proud too, I guess,
Yeah,
to like admit that it's not a good piece or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
and the nice thing is always like save a version of your portfolio work or, you know, like old work in general.
Mm.
Because when you go back, you'll see all the mistakes
Yep.
that you didn't have the eye for at that moment.
Yeah.
And it's
I have
always-
so many of those.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
I hate like all of my DeviantArt. But
Oh my
I did
God.
clean it up at one point, but I so regret doing it.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I tried to.
Yeah, but I don't
then-
want to anymore.
No.
Like I want.
I don't
you
even
know,
go
like-
in anymore.
I
It's
was
not
in
worth-
there for the first time in forever today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had messages and shit. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I'm assuming I have like over 1,000 messages, and then 2 are for me, maybe.
Yeah, someone actually wanted to pay me for something that they used when they were younger, and they were like, "I'm super sorry, but I was 16 and I wanted it for online something for like Avatar, but now I'm 22 and I would like to like pay you if I could use it, and maybe you want to create a new piece." But I don't work for people, so like I work for companies. No, but I mean like I work for companies, so I don't.
You don't do private stuff.
No, it's not worth it.
No.
Like it's not worth it for them unless they're sitting on a pile of money, and you know, it's hard.
Yeah.
Like it's tricky. So I'd rather just not get into private commissions.
Do you know what character it was?
No idea. I didn't ask them
Okay.
to shit. I just politely ignored.
Nice.
No, but the thing is, it's a time investment to explain that whole thing,
Of course.
and I try not to. Like when I don't need to, I won't. Like the thing is, he won't. Like if he's using like some type of avatar that I made, or you know, just use it. I don't care. Like
And
that,
if
I
he's
don't care.
already been using it for like 6 or 8 years.
Yeah,
I mean, what the
it's
fuck?
fine. I appreciate the sentiment, but
Mm.
I'm not gonna make you any more art, and I'm not gonna take your money.
No.
Like it's fine. Use the avatar. I don't mind. Like as long as you're not making money off of my art specifically, I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that kind of rounds up the portfolio thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say if you haven't. Oh shit! Did we finish on that? Like the satisfied art thing about your own art?
I mean, yeah,
I
we
think
did.
so,
Like,
right?
ask
someone
ask
else.
people.
Yeah, because I
Exactly.
think. But don't ask anyone. Don't ask your mom and your dad.
No.
And your I don't know your gym teacher. You know, like ask relevant people.
Exactly.
Like that would give you an honest opinion with an eye for this shit.
Exactly.
You know, like,
And sort of be ready for like a total rework of the whole thing. Like, don't be attached to anything when it comes to your portfolio, because again, it's the pride thing, like being too proud of your stuff and not willing to let stuff go. Like, if you're not willing to do that, you're not going to be able to work for a company, because they're going to chew up everything you do, because that's the job.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's called a job. It's not your hobby anymore. It becomes work. You get
It is.
paid to do what they want you to do, not what you want to do. So that is, I think, the most important lesson to learn in this industry as well.
Yeah, but I think it's like when they give you, like when you actually start working and they tell you they don't like the design, it's not about your art skills per se.
No, of
it's
course
that
not.
just it doesn't fit the product. There are so many things that I loved. It just wasn't the style of the game. And
Yeah.
I can't just have like one thing look super realistically awesome. And I
No.
made those two. I made like a fucking rendered vector apple. I was like, looks delicious. Scrap it.
It's too delicious.
No, but I had an AI file separate from work.
Mm-hmm.
That every time I made something that looked awesome, like I made these fucking, like how Chrome looks.
Yep.
Like Chrome details on a motorbike or something.
Yeah.
I made like cartoony ones, and I was like, these are fucking like, couldn't use them because they are so good. And I've done the opposite as well, where it just looks shit. But I had some things that I really enjoyed that I created. It was an apple. It was like a chrome pipe. Like small little thing, a suitcase that looked super rendered and nice. And they were just too good for the game. Like, it looked like something different.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. Like unless you can usually take them and then I remove all the glowy bits, you know, the pizzazz, and then I add like simple Candy Crush details and it works.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, that's not as nice. But it works and it fits the style. It's not bad. For you that you've only seen that, it looks okay and nice. But if you've seen what I actually did, that was epic. You know, and you have to live with what the product is.
Yeah.
No matter if the iPhone would look better with a samurai handle at the bottom, you know, like
Everybody knows it would.
Yeah. I'm just saying that it's not the product.
No.
So, yeah. And with that said, just fucking
Go for it.
Oh, I have one last bit of advice
Oh.
that I mentioned earlier, and I think it's worth like mentioning again. Start with your portfolio now. Don't wait. Like waiting, because if you're iterating on your portfolio all the time, it'll stay fresh. You'll get to like rest, like take a couple of weeks not looking at it, and then go back and like, oh shit, whoa, I could never stand for this. And you can't do that if you only have a week to make your portfolio.
No.
Like you can never just take a week off and then go back to it and just like, whoa. You send it in and then the week passes and you're like, oh no. And that's worse.
Yeah.
So you'd rather just get the oh no on your free time
Yes.
rather than when you've already sent it. So start early.
Yeah. Save yourself the hassle, I guess.
Or the embarrassment
Or the embarrassment.
of humiliating yourself and your family and offending the Shaolin Temple.
Yeah.
And with that said,
Yeah. No, I think that was good. It was good, short, and to the point. Plus,
yes,
we
very
got to
short,
answer.
only 135.
But we recorded a lot in the beginning.
Oh shit, that is true.
Yeah, we did. Boom. Nice. I really like that.
Notes are good.
Thank you for being a researchy dude.
Yes. Listen to the old podcast, wrote the exact same thing. No,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you laid the tracks on top of each other, it's gonna be like the exactly.
Just wrote down word for word what we said last time.
Oh man,
that would have been cool. And we even derailed on the same things.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Even the same retro.
Oh well, you did say the portfolio.
Yeah,
the exact fucking. It's just like in my head, I'm just like, what just happened?
But I do the same when I'm editing the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'm sitting there listening, and then I'm just adding, like I say words, and then I say them in the podcast.
In the podcast, yeah.
It's like we're the same person.
That's me. That guy is like me.
Retarded brain.
Yeah. So with that said, skip-a-da-bing, skip-a-da-boom.
Swoosh, whoosh, and away. Back in business. Hello. Hello, people.
And again, without going anywhere,
we are back.
We are back.
The man behind the mask, and he's out of control. We're back. So, tools.
What he said.
Red tools.
Red tools. So, how are your red tools?
My red tools are pretty fun, actually. So what I've started doing is the super sculpey Christmas sort of decoration stuff. I think I might have mentioned them just really quickly in the previous episode.
I don't remember any of it,
but so I think I wanted to talk more about them. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about them now. So I started drawing the Big Trouble in Little China poster, and then realized I didn't really want to do that, and I wanted to take my time with it. And just to do something totally different, I brought out my Super Sculpey again, which is this really nice clay that works. I don't know. It doesn't dry, and it's so easy to use.
Which one do you have? The hard one, the soft one, the middle one?
So I use both the slightly harder one and the normal one. So what the easiest way to say it is the one that's flesh toned and the one that's gray toned.
Yeah, I have the gray one.
Yeah. So I think the gray one is a little bit harder than the fleshy one. But they work the exact same way. I mix them together. So I do the theme is just heads. So I do a human head that is in some form of agony because I thought that would be fun, like a great contrast with the whole Christmas thing, and also in some weird way therapy to just sit there and sort of I do a head, and then I let my crazy brain do whatever it wants with that head, which might sound extremely wrong in the wrong type of context.
But which there certainly is.
Yes. So, for example, I do one which is engulfed in flames, and you see him like crying out in total agony. I have one that's got a shotgun to his chin, and the brain is blown out of the back of his head. I have another one which is a head that's been ripped off, so you have the spine hanging out of it, and like very, very gruesome, macabre shit. But then I spray paint it all gold, and I put gold string on it, and I can put it in a Christmas tree, and just makes it.
And it looked really cool. Like, I don't know, it worked. Like when you wrote like, will gold save it, or like gold spray save it? It fucking made it awesome,
right?
Yeah.
It really did. That's definitely something I want to explore more. Maybe do bigger stuff in the future.
Yeah, I have that link that I did like earlier this year.
You did a link in Sculpey?
Yeah.
You did?
Haven't seen it?
Not that I recall.
I did it on the, like it's this thing I'm working on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember.
So I did the design like this.
I remember that.
So I painted over I made the base for it, like a sketch in Sculpey.
Yeah.
And then I took a photo with my phone, then just painted in like some of the details that I want to bring out. And then I used my own work as reference for.
That's awesome. That's so smart. I would never thought of doing it that way. I just
don't know why I did it. I just posted it and I was like, oh, but it's so like, it's not clear enough. And then I just like painted over it and then posted both as a, but my Sculpey, I bought the hardest one. Yeah. Because I don't want it to like start falling or be too soft.
It doesn't. Like even the soft one is hard enough to stay sort of malleable.
Yeah. So what I did was I bought the like a little oil that you buy. Mm-hmm. And I know you can buy just like some regular oil as well. So that softens up the clay.
Oh, okay.
So you buy the hardest one, and then you can control how sort of malleable you want it to be. So if you want it to be super stiff or like hard surface stuff, I don't know. You can have that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because then it's easier not to break it as well. You know, like if you want it to be like hard and like the only negative I would say why you need the oil is that the super hard one cracks like easily. That's why you need the oil to sort of like
smooth it out.
Smooth it out. Because right now, sometimes when I'm like sketching and doing it, like it like breaks. You know, like
so you take chunks with it instead of
exactly.
Sculpting.
Like it breaks, like the cracks, like it opens an area. So if you have that oil, you can just like take like the piece that you're gonna like be adding or like working on. You can just like smear it in and just rub it. So it.
Never ever heard of the oil.
I think I have it in my bag. Still haven't taken it out. I just like I couldn't work with the Sculpey. It kept breaking. You know, like you can work with it, but I wanted it to be like well made in the base. Yeah. So I bought the oil, but then I never got back to it. So Link is in a cabinet right now sitting, and I think one of my kids or my wife has broken his ear, which is not he's hard to fix. So.
No.
But still, they broke his fucking ear.
Yes. But. Yeah, but that's cool. I totally forgot you started that one.
It's so much fun, though.
You should finish it.
Fuck, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. It takes time.
That's the thing. And then, I don't know, it's just... This might sound very douchey, but,
yes,
you know, I just feel like this is sort of my medium. Like, it just... It works.
You are. Yeah, you've always been good. Like, even with the... Like that... what the fuck do you call it? That thing that you have in school, you know, like you put like papers.
Heftmassa.
Yeah, exactly that.
like
whatever the fuck that's called.
Tacky stuff.
Yeah, tack. No.
Is that it?
No. Tack is the.
Oh yeah, this is a
needle thing. Yeah, but it's pretty much like a clay thing that
sticky clay.
The things that you put up, like, you know, like papers, posters and stuff. You know, like.
Yeah.
And I
totally
don't remember.
forgot
I know what the word is. I just
Oh, yeah.
can't. We use it at work all the time. Isn't it No. Oh, fuck
It
it.
doesn't matter.
Whatever it's called. That shit. We used to steal it from school, like on the walls and everything, and like gather up like a nice little ball, and then just start making like little characters. And mine always looked like stick figures, whereas yours looked like characters. You always made them like you really spent time like forming the clay into things, whereas mine were just like a ball, a stick figure. I just never had that, and I still struggle with it.
That's not true. Just put in a little bit more time.
No, but that's the thing. And something that I've sort of started realizing now that I'm older, rather than like, I'm a very impatient person. That's what I've learned. Like, I think my kids sort of woke me up from that dream that I was living, and that I am not a patient person. Like, I can't wait for people in like escalators, like all that shit. I just can't.
Yeah, same.
And I don't like standing in lines. I don't like waiting for anything, basically. No. But I have an appreciation now for things taking time. So painting with gouache, people are like, oh, why aren't you like inking on top of your thing? Or why aren't you? Because I don't want to take the shortcut just yet. I want it to take time so that I can solve the problems that are gouache based. Eventually, I'll add other mediums on top of it. But I feel like that's the easy way out. But I'll never learn to control gouache if I take the shortcuts all the way.
Exactly.
And the same with the clay. It takes forever. And I don't want to simplify the process right now.
The clay is silent.
The clay is silent. Whoever gets that joke without us explaining it further is awesome. Like, if you... No. The thing is... No. Whoever fucking gets that reference, I will send you a pen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Anyone.
Official competition here.
Yeah, it's just a pen, okay? I'll send you a pen that I like.
First one to
fucking get that,
yeah.
Yeah. Just send me a DM on the Sketchbook Heroes Instagram. Just send a DM of that reference. If you can do it, you'll get a pen. I'll decide which pen, but I'll send you a pen. A brand new one. I'll just buy one for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
But yeah.
But I've sort of like learned to appreciate things taking time. So, because the cool thing now is that I have that link sort of lying there. I have the oils in my bag to like soften up the clay. I have my gouache paintings that I can work on. I have these like everyday inks. And now that I'm sort of stepping away, like I'm probably going to do a couple more Zeldas because it's fun. But I'm stepping a bit away from that. Not the style, but the
Zelda.
IP, the Zelda IP.
Yeah.
Because I can't do anything with it. Like, I love the idea of it and what it's like.
But you are locked.
But I am locked. Like, it doesn't belong to me. I can't sell it. I can't do anything with it. Like, I can sell it at Comic Cons every now and then, but that's not something that I look forward to,
No.
I want to do my own thing. So now I've taken my owl character back, Olpa, and I'm trying to sort of like rediscover her in this style and playing around with it. Now I've given myself some slack, so I'll sketch with a color pencil or something, like one of those like Pilot, like the ones with the mechanical pen. With the colored with the colored lead.
Yeah,
because those are so light. So once you've sort of painted, they either fade out by themselves, or you can just erase them super easily without them ever being there.
They're gonna be gone eventually.
Yeah. So I'm using that for some of the characters. Like most of the stuff, I can just like I've been inking for like 2.5 months now.
Yeah.
And I think I'm pretty solid on some of that stuff. But I feel that I can explore more with just like a little pre-sketching. Because eyes and stuff, once you fuck it up, it's fucked.
Yeah.
So it's nice to like some advanced poses and stuff, just like getting the eyes in the right position.
But I think you've proven yourself, time and time again to be able to do the ink stuff so confidently now.
That is insane.
So you don't have to do that anymore.
Like, yeah, I know, but now it feels like I have to. For me, like it's not like people are like, oh, no one asks if I.
No.
Like I've gotten the question if I pre-sketch like 4 times during this whole time. So it's not a lot of people asking.
No.
Like, oh, what do you pre-sketch with? Like, I don't pre-sketch them. Like, I do other ink sketches.
Yeah.
To like sort of like get used to the idea or how I would solve a problem. But now I feel that with the characters at least, I can start like fleshing them out a bit. Once I get comfortable, maybe I can start getting them down.
I think you will eventually, especially if you're going to stick with Opa as the character now and have that drive the story in whichever way it's going to go. And it looks awesome, by the way. I really, really enjoyed the last one you did. That was just black and white or black and brownish.
Yeah, that's something.
It looked so tight. And like I didn't think that you had sketched it out beforehand.
No, it's just the character. Like everything else, I just like basically I want this.
And that's I think is the natural progression of what you should do, just to make some things a little bit more advanced and sort of utilize the sketch and stuff like that. But it's looking really, really awesome so far. So if I can go for it.
And also, I wrote that I wanted a companion animal. I posted one on Friday. It was like the character.
A ferret. Draw a ferret.
I got like, but I don't want it to be a normal animal. Like it can be a crossbreed. I want it to be like either like supernatural being, like a small one, something that can follow her around that isn't a fairy, but can always be in the picture, that has room in the picture. And our friend at Nerdit, Vanne, just wrote that, maybe it can be like Bulbasaur from Pokemon, but like Sully from Monsters, Inc., like the furry type of monster, and be grumpy, like a little companion thing that is like always grumpy but always like ready to help and stuff. But I think I need to make it like a little smaller, so that the companion can always fit in the page without taking over. So I've tried making some type of like hairy dragon-ish, owlish, like griffin thing. So it's like a snake body-ish, but like with fur. Yeah. And has like a griffin face. So that's what I'm playing around with right now.
Cool.
And it's like small enough to follow her around. So I don't know. Like if I can make like a griffin dragon thing, maybe that'll work.
Yeah.
But I would also like to make a fox or, but it feels like everyone does foxes and everyone does but a griffin dragon no one has done, as far as I know.
A gragon.
Gragon. The gragon.
Graffin?
Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm not happy with beaks. I don't like beaks. No. One of the things that I'm struggling with right now is finding a connection between the being. Like, why would anyone follow someone around all the time? You know what I mean? Like, what is keeping them together? Are they linked somehow? Like if one dies, the other dies, or is it?
Or is it like, just a temporary little companionship? Or
yeah, I would like to have that, because then I know what to do with it. What to do with their relationship, what the dynamic is there. Like just simple stuff so that I can play off the images that I create for it. And she is some type of guardian. I'm thinking that she's forest born. She's born out of necessity. And
do you mean Opa or the little
Opa? Opa is born out of necessity.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that she's just born from the tree. Like she just wakes up, like she's like pretty much like a vampire in a casket, sort of. Like she's in the tree, and then one day she wakes, and then she just like gets pushed out of the tree somehow. So she's like Han Solo caught in
what is carbonite? Frozen carbonite.
Yeah, exactly. And then one day there's just like, you're needed, basically. So she's somehow created by the needs of others.
And she doesn't know what the purpose is.
No, she doesn't know shit. She just came out of the tree. She doesn't know the powers that she possesses.
So I guess that could be your hook then, to have that little character maybe be sort of the guide.
Yeah.
Well,
or maybe it gets born as well somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like maybe that animal is tied to the tree, somehow. I don't know.
So again, I'd love to see this as like a book, something that you have.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with it yet, but I'm just going to start exploring it sort of as like I've done with the Link stuff. Yeah. I'll just keep introducing new things to it, and then just like, okay, now I need to make a character for this, and then just try to explore a cast, a small recurring cast.
Yeah.
So might make a tree that like the thing is, I don't want to go into the like
The
I don't
mother
wanna-
tree.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to go the Zelda thing, you know, because there is the big tree and everything. So I don't want the tree to be alive because there are so many trees that are alive.
Yeah.
Maybe find another way to do this. Like I don't need princesses in need, you know, like Oppa is a girl.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the name yet, but it kind of, I don't know.
I like it.
It's fun. Legend
Easy.
of Oppa. That's what I wrote yesterday. I thought it was funny.
Legend of Oppa.
Like, oh, I have this new IP, Legend of Oppa. Looks
Oppa,
exactly
Oppa,
like Link,
Oppa,
but
Oppa.
oh no,
Saka
you
pokas
ruined it.
lisit Oppa,
You
Oppa.
ruined it. You ruined it. The whole thing is ruined. I will scrap this.
So
Yeah,
I'd
but
say
it
do
is.
a Oppa sculpture as well.
I actually thought of just like squashing Link and just making it into an Oppa.
Yeah, easy.
We'll see.
Uh,
I have more clay. I have so much clay. I bought like 4 packs or I think.
I think so. Something I've realized now that I've done more of the clay stuff is that it's the perfect way to learn, I guess, anatomy and all this. It goes without saying, really.
Yeah.
But it really puts you to the test to see how well do you know like a face or a body or anatomy in general. And I mean, you sketch it in the exact same way you would sketch anything else, or the way you should, I think, because you wouldn't go into clay and directly start doing details.
No, you start with the eyes, right?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously you have
the best.
you have a big bowl, or you make your clay into a bowl, and then you sculpt that into a rough shape of whatever you're doing, and then from there, details, all of this. So I think it's, if you haven't tried it before, I
feel bad for you,
definitely,
son.
yeah, because you got 99 problems, and this
And
will just fix the one.
Yeah.
But
The fucking worst.
yeah, I should
Said
definitely
Robert.
get paid for my lyricism. But definitely try doing more sculpture stuff. It's gonna help you evolve your sketching and art style, I think. I hope.
I think definitely it'll help you, like the things you can't, like in your head, imagine while you're drawing. I think that clay will help you with.
Yeah, because I don't know if this is a normal thing that people do, but I always see the people or the things that I draw in 3D when I draw them, even if it's a 2D character.
No, yeah, same here. Like but it depends on how familiar I am with the thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, like the arm and the triceps, when you see like the back of the arm, like versus the front of the arm, like what muscles are coming towards you then, and that stuff I see like in my head. Same thing with like the thigh muscles, and like.
Because you have different things that you have just learned, I guess, through repetition. It's
repetition and also working out at the gym.
Exactly.
Like I see
you
myself
have that
with all
interest.
I have that interest, so I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I love bodies. Like, it's so much fun to draw just naked people. And all those like subtle little details, like whether it be just like the sort of like the bone, the rib bone that sticks out when people do stuff, and it's just like a piece of the bone.
Just exactly. It's
like
a small little thing.
and then the hip bone, like creating the like those lines between the bottom rib with the hip.
Yeah.
And just those little like 2 indentations in the lower back that most people have, like those little, like, because of the bone.
And it just adds
to everything. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if like the body is like big or small, thick or thin, like however you're built, like there's interesting shapes and things, like how the bodies come together. And I think 3D is the awesome place to explore that.
Definitely.
So
plus, if you're working with a character like Oppa or whatever, then you make a sculpture of that character. You have a turnaround, so you can utilize that for if you're doing a book project or a comic or whatever. It's an easy way to do stuff.
Yeah, I also have another character that I created a long time ago, like years ago now, and she's called the Ginger Bandit.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And I would like to take that further. I like the idea. I like the name, Ginger Bandit, and I like the idea of how she could turn out.
You should name her Ginger Gambit.
Gambit. Yeah, we love Gambit. Gambit is awesome, but his accent is garbage.
Yes.
That they gave him. But yeah, I would love to take that character as well, because I had a problem, because she has one of those capes where if your hands are resting down, you just see like a cone, of the body.
Yeah.
Like a fancy cape, and then when she pulls out her arms, there are like slits where the arms can come up.
Oh yeah.
And I just had such problems drawing that. Like, how does the cape react when you pull up your arms? And it would be awesome to have like a turnaround to see how that cape like behaves.
Yeah.
And also she's shaved on one side.
Oh yeah.
And not on the other. So like she has like this long hair, but has like a shaved side. And I would need to know what does it look like the back of her head.
Exactly.
Where
does the baldness end
and the hair begin?
Yeah.
And how will that look? Now there's reference, and
yeah.
I'm gonna try to use it, but I'll explore Olpa now and stick to that.
Yeah.
And then maybe explore my Ginger Bandit later. But it's fun to have stuff though.
Yeah. And again, not stressing anything and just taking time with it.
Yeah.
Evolving the idea and just slowly working with it. Yeah, because, I mean, some of these heads I could do really quick. I did 2 in one evening.
Yeah.
Like,
that's awesome.
Super fast. And then the others take, like, 6-7 hours to sculpt, you know?
Yeah, because you just, like, keep, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just love doing it. And it is very, I think, calming for my head as well. Like, it's just... I'm just sitting in my couch molding this thing. Like, I don't have to sit at a table or anything. I use... Pretty much, because I've been playing with this little needle thing here while we record. A little bit smaller than this. That's what I use to actually do most of the stuff in the face. So I just sit with a little needle and like sculpt out.
Because you make them so small.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like if I want the indentations in the nose and stuff, I use a needle and I use almost like dot work style shading, but in a 3D environment.
Exactly.
Just pushing in the dents and all this stuff. The only horrible thing is that they look super smooth and awesome when they're not painted. But as soon as I put the gold paint on them, I see every little thing. Like even my fingerprints on it, everything gets revealed.
Yeah.
So you just see every mistake you've done pretty much, or like how sloppy it's made when you like spend so many hours sitting there trying to smooth it down and make it look good. And then it's just like, nah, it's...
Yeah, I get that. Fuck.
But
I haven't gotten that far.
But yeah. So a tip. Try to smoothen out all the mistakes before you put it in the oven.
but it's when you paint that you see them.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a longer tool rant than we expected, I think.
Yeah.
But that's some tips for you.
Yeah.
Peeps. Go do some modeling. And create characters and do fun stuff.
It depends. Like I would say, if you're into learning, do that.
Yeah.
Like start basic, and I think that's what I've discovered as well. Just go back to the beginning and take the time you need to learn things.
Also, a very cheap and fun Christmas gift if you don't know what to give people. Give them severed golden heads.
Oh yeah, make lucky. Yeah. That's cool.
Because that's how this started. I was like, fuck, I don't know what to give people. I'll just make some, stupid Christmas decorations and turn into this. Yeah. Fun stuff. Thumbs up from the Ilias. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Next segment.
Fuck it all and move on.
I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go.
Sketchbook Heroes!
I was ready to jump in, and then I was like, no. So, yeah. Next segment. Retro. So, all you crazy people out there, hopefully you've done your homework.
Exactly.
Probably
Let's
not.
talk about the biggest flop of 1987.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
I was like, is he going to say it now?
Is he going to say it? Or are you going to say it?
We're going to talk about
Monster
Squad. That's exactly
Monster Squad. Also, weird theme song. Yeah.
What?
They have a Monster Squad.
Oh, yeah,
like
I know.
Rap,
I
rap
saw it,
thingy. Yeah, it's so bad.
So bad. So this movie came out, and I think we just loved it from the get-go because
100%.
it had Dracula.
Yeah.
It had Dracula's minions.
Yes.
But it also had Frankenstein, the
Mummy.
Creature, Mummy,
Creature from the Black
and
Lagoon.
Wolfman.
All the famous Universal monsters, but with a little new twist to them.
And also kids in the like the main cast, like the
Yeah, like early teens. Like
no, the
how-
preteens.
preteens.
Yeah.
How old are they? Ish? Like
Like
12?
Yeah,
Ish,
like
12, 13?
between 12 and
something like that.
yeah. 10 and 12 or something.
Yeah.
Or tiny.
I mean, if you've done your homework, you know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
So if you haven't done your homework,
Let
try.
us walk you through it.
Yeah.
Let us just walk you
Try-
through this.
Try finding it. It was kind of difficult to find. I had to
Oh shit! It
go,
was super
go deep,
hard to find.
deep
Yeah.
online to get it. But eventually I got it. And
Mhm. Yeah, me too. I also got some porn.
yeah,
Like not the kind of porn you want. Just like on the train. When I was like, I've watched the movie, I was gonna turn it off, and then just like you press somewhere, and it's just like
porn.
porn. Have you seen porn? Like yes.
Like, whoops. All right. Not a good website.
Yeah, that was not a great site to watch that movie on. I actually tried finding it on both YouTube, all the streaming services that I
Same.
have, plus iTunes.
Yeah. So
It was nowhere.
I did the same, plus iTunes, plus Blockbuster.
Oh, you did? Nowhere, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not a
Like,
single fucking
I
place.
fucking bought 3 Ninjas that we talked about in the past. That fucking thing.
I got that
was
on
there.
YouTube. It was
I got it on fucking YouTube. I found it on iTunes.
It's
Even
everywhere.
the worst one, the 4th or 3rd or whatever the fuck it is.
yeah.
Yeah, there's like a million of them.
Yep.
But with Hulk Hogan, even that one I found.
I totally forgot about Hulk Hogan.
Exactly, at the
Is
theme
that it?
park.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
it's
it. Oh my
garbage.
God.
It's so bad.
Oh my
but
God,
it's still
I forgot
like,
about that.
And it's not even the same kids from the first one. You
No,
know, like
no.
just keep switching out the kids.
Because Colt was in the second one, right?
The second one, and
Yeah.
then there was no one in the last one. It's just like new
Of course.
kids on the block every time.
But Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
That's
and
all
they
you
just
need.
took it step by step, and it was like, ooh, baby. And
Ooh, baby. Why?
yeah. So,
All right.
with that new kids on the block reference, we move on.
We move on. Yeah, so Monster Squad. Pretty much the idea of the movie is that every 100 years there's this sort of alignment of things that make I don't know, it's like I really don't understand 100%, but it activates this amulet or this this gemstone thing.
Yeah.
And also, I guess the monsters can come out this time of the 100 years, because otherwise they would have probably taken over the world by now. But yeah, so close to the 100 years, there's this gathering of monsters, and they try to destroy the amulet. And then you have like Van Helsing in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, we're
trying
gonna
to
spoiler this shit up.
destroy the monsters. So you
And
have
he-
this little
Yeah, he
like,
fails.
yes,
Surprise,
yes.
surprise.
surprise. It's kind of funny in the text crawl. Did you read the text crawl at the beginning?
Yeah.
Because it explains that thing, and then it's like,
yeah.
and they failed.
No,
Or,
they
like,
bust.
they messed up, or
Yeah, it's something like a bit sassy. Like
exactly. Yeah. Fuck, I don't remember it.
Fuck yeah, I don't remember either. I was gonna remember that, but I didn't. I thought I was like, I'm never gonna forget that. I did.
Yeah, same.
I'm old.
Damn it.
But yeah, it was like a little funny thing.
Yeah, but it's so funny. So
They messed up or something like that.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah, I think
dumb
that's
like
it.
that. Yeah.
But so the movie starts out with the Van Helsing thing. So it is 100 years
It's
prior
so bad
to
though.
when the
like it's
the
so
thing
bad.
is.
The acting, all of it. But the vampire lady was badass.
Right?
I was like, that is good.
Yes.
Like
She's got like wide eyes or something.
Yeah,
something with the
but
eyes.
no,
and
she
just
was
looks
super good,
badass.
yeah.
Good teeth.
the
Horrifying.
teeth were very good. Like sometimes vampire teeth can look so bad,
Yeah.
especially the new ones where they're like digital.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
fuck is that?
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Just
Just
fucking
put
do-
some teeth in there. It's easy.
Just glue them on, yeah.
Yeah.
Just fucking make it work.
And she's eating like some rodent
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, so disgusting.
Yeah. But so you have Van Helsing come in with like his two buddies, and they kill that lady, and then they have this,
With his acting, that's
Yeah.
what they kill her with.
yeah,
Like
that
the
too.
acting kills her.
And it's so funny. They have like 3 minutes left until midnight, which is the deadline for when this amulet closes. And
Yeah, the gate to somewhere else.
like for some reason, they chose to, let's just slack the whole day and then
and
go.
then come in just before deadline. Yeah,
And they bring this.
they're like
little-
Robert.
Yeah, exactly.
Robert
yes.
Van
They
Helsing.
need the
The fire up the butt. Yeah.
exactly.
like,
And they bring this virgin German chick
to
to read the German thing, and instead of having her read it, he's yelling in her ear constantly.
Yeah. What
Read!
And she's like, I'm reading.
We're only 3 minutes left. You have to read. And she's trying to read the thing.
Yeah, and
so
just bothering her. Yeah.
I was sitting in my couch, just like, fucking let her read the thing.
Yeah,
What the
get
fuck's
your
wrong
stupid
with you?
acting. Just focus on the
Like,
vampire.
protect the girl and let her read the thing. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, apparently you filled her in before, like 5 minutes ago, at least.
Yeah, it looked like she was just dragged out of bed. Like, she's just like, oh, so confused and like, what the fuck is going on? And he's screaming.
The worst thing about that whole thing, like that portal thing opens.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting sucked in. She also flies in.
Yeah,
I was just
and
like,
she gets dead. Yeah.
dead. Congrats, you saved the world.
And then you cut from there to...
Oh, by the way, during that scene, Dracula manages to escape.
Kind of, I guess.
Yeah, but he does. He doesn't get sucked into the thing because they have
He's
him
just
trapped.
not there.
No, yeah, but apparently I was like checking the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And he was apparently somehow trapped in something else that I didn't quite catch.
Yeah,
apparently.
because like
on a wagon outside or something.
in the act, like in the beginning of
was-
the movie, you have
yeah.
this sort of panning shot where you see sort of somebody waking up in a coffin, and then you have the bat turning into Dracula, which is kind of I like that effect.
yeah.
Like, it's a little bit outdated, yes, but
Yeah.
it's 87.
That has his charm, yeah.
It's Stan Winston who's done
Yeah.
like all the creature effects, so it's like it's not super bad. It's kind of cool.
No, some are good. Like the Wolfman transformation, I didn't like that much. Like it's not American Werewolf.
No. But
where
I
it's like
liked
step by step.
I think I really enjoyed it anyways. The only thing is like, because the transformation makes it look kind of fluid and nice, but then as soon as he is the werewolf character,
It's
he's very stiff.
yeah, that's what I reacted
He's got like
to as well.
the Batman.
Yeah, like the whole head.
Exactly. He
moves,
can't. Yeah, he
it's
can't
not
move his
smooth.
head.
Yeah, it's just the whole like.
So yeah,
But that was the first vampire thing as well. It was like when he turns from a bat to a human. That
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah.
It was like first shot of the bat,
and
then like
like
hands coming in.
yeah,
And that
like,
was just bare hands. And then the next one where he lands, he
With
has like a
clothes
full
on and
suit.
everything.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like,
exactly.
like 3-step transformation, rubbish.
Yeah,
Like naked bat, naked human, clothed human. Like what?
but I mean,
But
and
just hands.
But that's sort of the first thing you see with Dracula, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't see what happens to him after that.
No, that's the thing. And then 100 years pass it.
And-
He
and-
gets a driver's license. And,
And he
just
gets
like,
a cool hearse with a silver skull on it.
yeah, that
That
turns
fuck-
ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
What
It
the
just
fuck?
fucking phases through car. When did he learn how to do that?
was just
With
like-
the car.
But he had 100 years, dude.
Yeah, that's
he had
true.
100 years
He
to
had
figure
100
this
years.
shit out.
But
like
what's-
Patrick Swayze learned this in like just a short amount of time.
Exactly.
Then maybe
Yeah, so
Drac-
maybe he went to that guy
Yeah,
in the subway of Ghost and just like, hey, I want to
bro.
shift this phase this car. But this is what I mean. So like, what the fuck was he doing the whole 100 years?
resting.
He could have, like I said, he would have fucking dominated the world and taken everything over because the amulet is only active
Yeah.
that one or
But he waits until he's like most vulnerable to start doing shit again.
I guess.
I don't know.
And then for some reason, all of these monsters converge in this
When
little.
he like Meanie calls them, I don't know. What the
Yeah,
fuck.
exactly. And
I didn't understand how he called them. He's like, "Let it begin." And
speaking
it's
of
just
calling, so there's this scene where you have Sean, like the main
the main
kid.
kid, yeah.
He's sitting in the kitchen, and there's a note on a thing in the
Oh,
kitchen,
yeah,
and he
what
starts
the
writing.
fuck was that?
And it's like,
Alucard.
Yeah, contact Mr. Alucard. He's interested in buying, or like interested in the Van Helsing diary.
Yeah.
Money ? Like that's written on the board,
Yeah,
and then
the
he's like
fuck?
Alucard, and he figures out
yeah,
that it's
that is
Dracula.
rubbish. Like it's
When did Dracula call this
his
vamp-
mom. Yeah.
Like,
I was thinking the
Hello,
exact same
I
thing.
would like to
I
buy this.
I am Alucard.
It's so
It's so bad,
so
yeah.
out there. It's so it's such
But
a
I
weird.
think that one is like benefit for the kids, you know.
Yeah.
But it feels like a second thought, like
Yeah.
rather than it was part of the plot.
Exactly.
You know, like part of the story.
Because I mean, yeah, obviously.
Like how did he know that the kids had the book? Like
exactly.
he's like,
and how the
some
fuck did the
kids
mom
have
get
the
the
book.
book?
Yeah, and
how did Dracula not have the book? Again, it's
all so weird.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
like, and those are like they're too big, like plot details to not have.
Yeah.
In the beginning, but can we just like take a break from the plot
Yeah.
and just go back to those kids?
Yep.
They're all assholes.
Yes, they are.
Oh my god.
They're just yelling at each other all the time.
Exactly. And
Everybody's like, "No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong," and I know you are. But
yeah, and
whatever.
then like
yeah.
just keep insulting each other, and it starts off with like a bully scene.
Yeah, with the fat kid.
Yeah, fat kid. Like this is what they call him throughout the movie. His friends call him Fat Kid.
And that's also something this movie needs cred for.
Yeah.
Just the way they come up with awesome names,
Awesome
like
names.
Scary German Guy.
Yeah, Scary
and
German Guy.
The Fat Kid.
Fat Kid. Yeah,
It's
just
like, what are we gonna like? They.
Yeah.
It feels like they had a placeholder thing, and they were like, "We'll figure out the name later,"
yeah,
and just
then
never
they
did.
Never did. Yeah, that's like the whole Candy Crush thing that
Yeah.
when we worked there. We'll fix it later, and then
Yeah,
like never came around.
But yeah, so that you have the fat kid.
Yeah, so
Chorus.
Fat Kid gets bullied by two other assholes.
That just call him a faggot.
A faggot, like repeatedly. They're like, "What'd you say, faggot?"
and
then he
I could
says
just hear like this kid's father
Yeah.
yelling that to him.
to
and, like,
him, yeah. But he said faggot like 4 or 5 times
Within
to,
like 5 minutes.
to Fat Kid
yeah.
that has a name.
What'd you say, faggot? What'd you
Say
say?
faggot, yeah. I can't hear you, faggot. Blah blah, faggot, 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 and
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck is going on?
And then he takes his candy and he steps on the candy, and then Rudy comes in,
yeah,
which is the coolest character in the
this-
movie.
yeah.
If you were a kid,
If you were a kid, yeah,
because this is just
dude,
wrong.
No, but this
So-
kid is such a knockoff on Corey Feldman and the stuff from Lost Boys.
Oh, yeah.
That we're gonna talk about some other time.
Yeah, yeah.
But this character is like,
But it's like straight up from like the 50s, you know, the greasers.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what they were inspired, like having the greasers. Fuck, I can't explain that in any other way. If you know the Shia LaBeouf character in the latest Indiana Jones awesome movie, he's a greaser, like leather jacket, motorbike,
exactly. And
smoke
then,
cigarette,
like,
and
yeah.
knife, and you know,
and
it's just
a nice
badass.
hairdo. Yeah.
Yeah. This is this character, but in like a kid form. And he's, what is he, like 2 years older or something?
Yeah.
So he's like a little bit older, a little bit cooler,
But
drives his little bike, smokes cigarettes.
so bad, like, so
It's such a weird character, and I
Yeah.
can't believe they.
But I like it when he
did
gets
it.
the bow.
Yes,
That's the first time it becomes awesome and like making bullets and shit. I really
like he's
enjoy
he's
that.
such a badass. He's got to be so traumatized after this experience because he just kills everything.
Everything. Like he has the most kills in this movie.
He just stabs ladies and shoots them with the bow and
Yeah,
shoots
vampire
the
ladies,
werewolf and I'm
yeah,
spoiling
he kills
everything.
No,
now.
but fuck it. We're just gonna.
He kills everything.
It came out in '87. I think we're allowed
Yeah,
to spoil
yeah,
it.
I think so too. You've had time to see this.
But
movie.
yeah, this movie though, like these kids, like they're not sympathetic at all. You hate
No.
them all. Even Fat Kid
Yeah.
is an asshole.
yeah, he's
like-
like the guy that gets bullied, but he's a bully.
also like they're all bullies.
Yeah.
Like they're all just terrible. Like that relationship, that like it's all just wrong.
Yeah,
It's just
but it's like the whole movie has that undertone of just bad or evil.
Yeah, yeah.
Even the relationship between the mom and dad, like they're
Yeah.
arguing, and he's like, you know, he's a cop, and she's like, oh, you have to prioritize me, and he's like, fuck you, I'm going to work.
yeah, I'm a cop.
Exactly.
You knew what you
You bought the package.
yeah
you know.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
And then
"Wha-"
and she's just been cooking all day trying to do this nice dinner, and he just walks out.
And they were going to like couples therapy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Marriage
That's
counseling.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was supposed
Yeah,
to.
they
but-
were gonna go. Yeah, because Sean was supposed to babysit his
Yeah.
little sister because they were going to counseling, and then he just fucks off and works.
Yeah, but they were also like, I think you can like accept all the faggots that have been thrown around and fat kids, and you can see like it was filmed in a different era because like
Definitely.
the dad is like in the like getting dressed for the couples like counseling,
Mm-hmm.
and the son's like, oh dad, blah blah blah, and the dad like sitting on the bed like
Lighting up a cigarette.
lighting up a
Yeah.
cigarette,
It's
you
like-
know, like yeah, it's so fucking.
Back
It's
in
so
the day.
80s, yeah. It's so fucking 80s.
I love it. I love it so much. And they're talking about shitty old slasher movies and
Yeah.
stuff, and oh man, it's perfect. And then, so my two favorite creatures, is the Mummy and the Black Lagoon.
Fuck, the
swamp
Mummy
thing.
looked badass.
Right?
And that's the lamest one. Like
I
that
think
is
it's the
fucking-
coolest looking mummy out of all the mummies.
Yeah, but the face was
Right?
so fucking terrifying. I was like, fuck that.
It's
That is
so
the best
cool.
one.
And it's a mix between animatronic and dude
Yeah.
in a suit. So, but it's just so fucking well
Regarding
made.
the Mummy as well, they had an ad out about like the like they wanted someone super thin on the verge of anorexic.
Oh,
That
no.
was the ad they had out for that position.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the guy that is in the Mummy suit like fit the description very well because he had always been a thin person. Like he
yeah.
wasn't anorectic. He just like his
A skinny dude.
so skinny that he looked sick.
But he got kind of famous after the movie.
I don't
think
know, like,
he's
I don't
done a
know.
lot
I
of
didn't check-
creature things. I don't remember his name at all, unfortunately. But he's not like the super famous one. But he's been
Yeah,
in
because
a
there is
shit
another
ton.
one, like a tall guy, super
Exactly.
thin, looks super scary.
And he's the guy
played
that's in
everything.
Pan's Labyrinth. And
Yeah, exactly,
Like pretty
yeah.
much all the Guillermo del Toro. He's Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies.
Oh yeah, exactly that
dude.
guy. Yeah,
And he's super big in like the whole cosplay community and stuff as well. I love him. I think he's
but he has that interesting look about him that
yeah,
works.
and he's a good actor as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Like, he
exactly
can-
that. I
he
love
can-
Abe Sapien. He's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not that guy, but which I thought it was in the beginning. It's somebody else. But yeah, and then you have the swamp creature or the Black Lagoon Gillman. I think.
Gillman was the
And
name in here.
it's so well made. That
Yeah, that
suit
one was
is
cool,
the
yeah.
coolest thing ever.
I think there's only one point where it looks a bit like but then it turns its eyes while it's dying or something, and you're like, okay, that's pretty good.
yeah.
So it is very well made. Yeah.
So, and this dude was glued into the whole suit.
Oh.
So he couldn't go to the bathroom. He couldn't eat. He couldn't do anything when he had the suit on.
Oh,
And they were working pretty much 12-hour days. So he was in that suit for 12 hours straight without being able to do anything. Like as soon as he got into the suit, that was full on committed into being that thing. And he couldn't see shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They explained it like it was almost like looking through two sort of
Little holes.
needle holes that are
Jesus
not placed
Christ.
correctly, so you can't even see.
But he could
straight up.
move in it?
Yeah. Like he could move freely, but he just couldn't see. So he accidentally
is
knocked
A stuntman. I heard that he just like
He actually punched-
knocked him out. Even.
Yeah.
He just fell to the ground
and shit like that. So like the amount of sacrifice, like you just need to give this movie a little bit more extra love because of the work that was put into it. It's got
fat kid.
it's got so many, like I guess my biggest issues is with the story.
Yeah, same here.
Like,
Like
it's
there are
just-
too many holes like to make.
It feels like it was a 3-hour movie and they just cut it down into a 1 hour 20.
Yeah, it ended way too fast.
super
without
short.
any sort of like climax. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's just like
All of a sudden it's at the end.
at the end
And
suddenly, and then
done.
Yeah, and they just like shove monsters around. Like,
Actually, I heard they had to slow the text crawl in the end to get the movie to be 1.5.
oh my god!
So it's intentionally slower than normal because they needed extra, like a few more minutes.
to make it properly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is garbage.
So fucking weird.
Yeah.
Another little loophole or just hole in the movie is Frankenstein. Like so Frankenstein gets woken up from his slumber, I guess.
No. By the way, they
He
electrify him again.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He gets life.
So he gets
So somehow someone de-electrified him at some point.
yeah,
I don't know how
or
that
something.
works. Yeah.
and then it's so funny. Like in that scene, they put the electrical shock into him, and he wakes up, and then you have like Dracula singing like, "Oh, my old friend," and he reaches out his hand, and he's like, "Oh," and you have Frankenstein's monster reaching out his hand, but they're like a decimeter apart, or they're not touching, and they just stop there. So they're like holding their hands, not holding their hands, and then you have like the creatures getting all riled up because he's alive and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's
There's
it's so,
no
it's so strange.
There's
And then
no connection to that.
exactly, and then you have Dracula sends Frankenstein's monster out to get the journal, which he knows that the kids have because he called the kid.
Apparently.
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 We don't see this.
That is so weird not seeing it. So now it makes. But I would love to see that prank call.
Exactly.
Hello, it is me. Alucard. I like the book.
But yeah,
He's
so
Italian, huh?
he's supposed to get the book or just kill the kids and get the book. And he gets there, and he's best friends with the little girl, and now he becomes a member of the Monster Squad. Like
That is so
that.
weird. That is such a fucking
No
weird
mention of the
thing.
book. No, like he's not even trying to get the book.
Yeah. Like
It's-
there is no.
It just
turning
cuts to
point,
him being a friend of the kids,
Yeah.
and not like even seeing him go towards the kids or anything scary.
Yeah.
It's just like
Or like bonding with the little girl somehow.
Exactly.
Or
It
just,
just-
like
cuts to that.
he's just
He's just
nice
there.
from the get go.
It's
So it's weird, and it has a lot of that stuff. Like Dracula has like a bunch of powers that are totally unexplained,
Yep.
and he just like it's more like plot convenient powers rather than actual vampire powers.
Exactly.
It's like I need to be able to Hadouken, and then he just like shoots like his first Hadouken, and you're like, what?
And he doesn't like that. Doesn't really do anything but knock the German guy out.
It's an electric Hadouken push.
Yeah.
With a weird little ball that flies out of his hand.
Yeah, and then the guy falls to the ground, but he's still alive. And then
Yeah, it did nothing. Like, he didn't even look hurt.
why? Why the fuck would
and
they?
what is the German guy's role in all of this? Like,
he just needs
knew
to translate the
yeah,
book.
but then the girl does it, and then, like, it's just like, they could have worked him
Yeah.
in so much better. He could, because he has the tattoo, the
Exactly.
foreshadowing with
Exactly.
the tattoo, and you're like, oh my god, he's like one of the original vampire hunters, or like monster hunter. No, he's just a German guy.
Well, the tattoo is he was in a concentration camp, and he was. That's how he knew monsters, which is like it's the only serious thing in the movie, pretty much.
That they do nothing with. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Like,
because it's so like.
yeah.
I think it's the fat kid that says like, "Oh, you really know about monsters.
Oh, yeah.
And you really know a lot about monsters." And then he's like,
yeah.
"Yes, I guess I do."
I
and then he
guess,
closes
yeah.
the door, and then they zoom in on the tattoo, and it's so
I
subtle.
didn't see it because the quality of the one I watched wasn't that high,
But-
so I didn't see what the fuck the tattoo was. I was like,
And I had no idea about it when I was a kid because I saw it
Yeah,
before
yeah,
I
yeah.
knew about the whole Holocaust
oh
and
yeah, I
anything.
didn't know shit when
So
I
it was
saw this.
just now that I saw it, and I was like, "Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay. So he's a Holocaust survivor."
Mhm.
And it's horrible because he's
Yeah,
experienced real monsters, and it's like it's a nice little wink, or I don't know, not wink. That sounds horrible.
Wink, wink.
It's a
but I know what
it's
you
a
mean,
good
like
scene. Like
yeah.
it's a good serious scene, but they do nothing with it, like you said.
Like there's no like,
And
it
then-
was pointless in this movie.
And it's
basically.
just very off of the whole theme of the entire movie as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not that kind of movie, and like there was no need for him to be a Holocaust survivor
No,
because it adds nothing to this movie. Not in depth, not in plot, not
Yeah.
in anything.
it is the worst narrative I've ever experienced in a movie.
It feels like they had a vision, and then studios maybe. I don't
Probably,
know.
yeah, probably. I
They're
guess
like, no,
that's
we
it.
want the kids to do this. No, we want this to be happening.
Yeah.
Like, we want a Holocaust survivor.
And I can
what?
I would assume that Shane Black is one of the writers of the
and
movie.
Fred Decker, right? Or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fred Decker.
Fred-
So Fred Decker was the director of the movie.
And also
And the
writer and co-writer with Shane Black.
Yeah, and this is the thing. They didn't write this together.
What?
No,
But they're
they wrote it separately,
Separately.
and then sort of combined things. There's only one line in the whole movie that they wrote together, and it's so random and stupid. But it's when the kids are on their way into the house, and Horace, the fat kid, says, "Maybe we should call ourselves the math squad or
yeah,
something."
yeah,
and we-
nature squad
yeah,
and all that.
Like
yeah.
that thing. That's the only thing they wrote together, apparently.
I'm not really big on the idea of dying.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you don't take it.
Which brings us to the coolest or the most iconic scene in the movie when they're in the house and Horace kicks Wolfman in the nards.
Yeah. Because he's like, kick him in the
Kick him in the nards.
Kick him in the...
Wolfman doesn't have nards. Kick him in the nards. And then he kicks him, and Wolfman's got nards.
Unfortunately, that actor passed
Yes.
when he was 22. I think pneumonia
Yeah.
was the thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how he
Something like
got
that.
it, but it's sad because we were looking up stuff and then
Yeah.
like, everyone else seemed to be fine though.
And yeah, so if your math is a little bit off, it's over 30 years old now.
Yeah,
So
it's old.
it is a classic. But yeah, so from pretty much from the time they go into that house, it just escalates like nothing else.
Yeah. The movie just like speeds up. Plot, like things happen too fast. The plot doesn't even like have a chance to happen.
And I'm really trying to like have a good solid narrative throughout this thing, but it's impossible. It's impossible to explain or talk about this movie and get it to be like a linear thing to make everybody understand. It's so all over the place, this movie. It's
and
insane.
how the dad's part in all of this, like he runs like someone calls like the werewolf man. When he's human, he's nice.
Yeah.
And he's like,
you gotta lock me up.
Yeah, you gotta lock me up and everything. But
because I mean, he's screaming he's a werewolf all the time. He could be a little bit smarter about it and just maybe lie and get them to lock him up or maybe rob a shop or something.
Just do a
you
normal
know,
crime. Yeah.
Get locked up. It's pretty easy, you know.
But my problem is like when he actually like calls and the dad is like now he's on the level.
Yeah.
And he runs into the house and starts calling his son on the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Exactly. That has never been
then,
they've never shown that walkie-talkie ever, like except the kids use
have them. Yeah.
Yeah, but why would the dad have one?
And then why would the dad leave the walkie when he runs out? When he runs out,
yeah. And he's like, Dad, we're on our way to the thing. And the dad is like on point.
And then he's just, And
everything.
That's when they face through the
exactly.
car
Face
too.
through the Dracula car. No, it's on the way to the house.
Oh, yeah.
Like before that.
Yeah, that's right.
But it is just like now the dad and the son are like
totally on
like
the level.
synced.
Yeah, they know exactly what's happening.
And it's just like it could have worked with a few smaller scenes in between somewhere there.
Yeah.
But they just not having those scenes makes this movie shit.
Yes.
Like, not entirely. Like it has fun bits.
Like,
but
I
it's just
saw
the
it
plot.
twice
I mean the
because
plot.
it's
You know,
so
the
good.
plot. It ruins the plot basically.
Yeah.
Because it could have been so much more. And I totally see in my head like making a remake of this.
Yeah, me too.
Like, but I would like it to be, you know, animatronics. Like with a combination of like CGI.
Yeah, just make it as good as it has to be.
Yeah, and I would try to like keep all the vampires like they are.
Yeah.
Like if we can't make an awesome Wolfman, you find another solution. Like I don't want a digital Wolfman.
No.
Because that always looks bad. Like you know, like there's just like something about CGI that looks CGI.
Exactly.
And I don't want that. Like I want the practical effects. With like the enhancements of CGI.
Exactly. To make the transformation look more
seamless.
solid.
Yeah,
right?
solid, more seamless. Maybe just like you could add like some stuff to make it better.
Yeah.
But I don't want just CGI people taking creative control there. I would like to see like a collaboration between the practical and the CGI people. Like this is what we're trying to achieve. Mm-hmm. What can you guys do to enhance it without it looking shit? You know, like so you sort of like you help each other out trying to get like the awesomest end product with the Wolfman. Because I feel that the transformation is basically the only thing that sells the Wolfman for me.
Yeah.
Like, it is that, just like making it believable. Like even if you fake it like they did here, American Werewolf in London, where his hands start to like grow and like gnarl up.
The nails.
Yeah, the nails like fly off. Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's so brutal, and you can just feel how much it hurts.
Yeah, and also like his like the knuckles like on the fingers and all of it when they start like growing and like
just
popping.
Snaps out
just
exactly.
like. It's just like
it's so awesome.
Yeah, it hurts, and the same thing with all the different like facial expressions when he just like snarls and it like grows and the neck gets.
And that's I really like what he looked like in the sort of halfway point when he screams like. We're gonna kill your son.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, apart from him drooling semen out of his mouth. Or
yeah,
whatever
that
the
was
fuck
weird.
Is.
That was fucking
why
weird.
Would he?
Frothing, but it didn't.
Maybe
look
he's
like,
got rabies. You know?
Yeah, but he didn't look like frothing. It just looked like
But the look in his face like
No,
I
it was
thought
good.
that looked really cool. Like
Yeah,
that was
same.
a cool.
And then they immediately
wolf.
after they ruin it,
Yeah, exactly.
with the
It's just like-
stiff-faced fucking. And I felt that the whole face was too narrow. Like the mouth was like petite.
Yeah, again, it
fuck
has
is
more
that?
of that sort of cat-like
Yeah, it's
face.
just like
Like instead of pulling out the snout a little bit more, making it more wolfy.
yeah, it felt like a petite little
Wolf-like,
like
yeah.
Shiba hound or something like that.
Yeah,
I was just like,
exactly.
no.
But yeah, and I love the scene when they blow him up, and then because you can only kill a werewolf with a silver bullet.
Yeah.
So like they shove TNT into his pants. He shove him out the window. He explodes midway through, and
But
then he
that-
gets pulled together.
But that, for me, the only thing I didn't like about that is he would have ripped them to shreds.
Yes, of course.
But
Dracula would have too.
Yeah, but they keep just shoving the monsters, and the monsters are just like, it's fucking Wolfman.
Yeah.
Like, he is the fastest creature there, like, except from Dracula, I guess. But he's a fucking savage beast.
And you
know,
have like Van Helsing couldn't stop these guys, and you
Yeah.
have these kids just pushing
Just
them around,
pushing them
kicking them
around.
in the nards.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
it's so unrealistic. But that's what, again, it's the fucking
As a kid,
80s.
yeah, and also it's a kid's movie,
Yeah,
so
it
I
is.
get it. But I would have loved to like have like the kids kicking their ass, fine. Like Home Alone, like that would never happen. But it works. You know, they've made it believable enough.
Yeah.
And I don't think they do that here with the monsters. You know, like I like the idea with the mummy and the bow and the thing. Like
Yeah.
it's still like
Yeah,
it's
that
a
was-
kid's
that was a
solution.
cute way
but
to-
that is
to
a
kill
cute
it.
way, yeah, because it is a high speed chase and the mummy is holding onto the car, so you can't really.
It's very
do that one.
dramatic. It's very
So
intense.
the solution there that he's like, give me like a slack,
Yeah, give me slack.
and then he's like,
So he takes the Band-Aid or a
yeah,
piece,
yeah, the,
piece
the,
of
the mummy,
the wrapping,
yeah,
yeah.
and then they tie it to an arrow and shoot it to a tree, and then he gets like, pulled apart.
Yeah, which I think it's perfect.
It's fun.
Yeah,
That's that works. But standing in front of the fucking Wolfman in full balance, and you push him.
yeah. No,
I don't think a grown-up could push Wolfman
no.
when he stands. You'd be just like hitting a wall, and then you'd be dead.
You wouldn't even hit the wall.
No, but that's
Like,
exactly.
he
He
would
would
have fucking-
disintegrated
yeah.
you before, like a fucking paper shredder.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
so that they did anything to Wolfman like that, no.
No.
But I like the idea of him like getting put back together.
Yeah. You know how they did that?
No.
They made they put the different limbs with remote control cars. So you actually have wheels on, like the arm is moving. It's a robot arm.
It's a
And then they drive the arm to different
like,
places and stuff. It looked super cool.
Fucking awesome. Yeah. But
But
shit
then,
like that is fun. That's
Seriously,
creative.
like he had dynamite in his pants and he blew up, and then all of a sudden when he gets pulled back together, he's got his clothes back on.
Yeah, all the clothes are back
And
on.
they're not-
exactly the same.
Exactly.
Just like the blood that he had on it,
Yeah.
like previously.
yeah,
Even the
so-
clothes are werewolf.
It's so, it's like you just
Werewolf
feel
guard.
like this maybe should have, maybe put a little bit more extra effort into.
It would have been cool if he just came back like like an actual like
Like a
wolf.
proper wolf.
Yeah,
more.
yeah, but like more bulky and stuff.
Exactly, like Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah,
that wolf
exactly.
On all fours,
On all
but still
fours, yeah.
semi-human.
No, he could be, yeah, exactly. He could feel like a humanoid wolfish, sort of like standing on all fours
Yeah.
because he's naked now.
Exactly.
And it gives him more like animal.
We
move.
need to rewrite this movie and make our own version.
Dude, that was the first
Yeah.
thing, because I would love to see a monster movie aimed towards kids, but darker.
Yeah.
You know, like not the Disney, like, oh,
I
we're
did
gonna
like the
make
new
everything.
Goosebumps. Have you-
Goosebumps 2 I don't like, but the first one
I
is
haven't
awesome.
seen. I haven't seen the second one. The first.
Oh no,
one,
the
I
first
love
one. The
that.
first one is super
it's,
good.
It's perfect for that sort of kids type movie.
Dude, we
and
watch it
still
with
a
my
little bit
kids. No,
creepy.
we watch it with my kids. That's what I'm talking about. I would love to do Monster Squad though, because I like the
that.
idea there.
Yeah.
But with that,
Exactly.
because it is super creepy. The fucking ventriloquist doll. I hate those
Yeah.
fuckers. And
Same.
and what is his name? A Slappy or something like that.
Yeah, something.
But the second one is basically without Jack Black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he comes in at the end and does nothing.
He
He's
just
just
made-
like, no, he just arrives.
He just made
But
money.
you've seen the
Yeah.
ending on the first one.
Yep.
Fucking continue that.
Right.
Continue that, and they don't.
No.
It's new kids,
Okay.
and then Jack Black like packs a bag and shows up at the end. Like, oh, it's over? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That
sounds
how
great.
did he get away from the first one? Like,
Yeah. No, I don't
so
get it.
that just sucked.
All right.
But the first
But
one
yeah.
really good. Like the effects are good enough. You enjoy it. Like me and my kids, like they loved it. And I didn't even know what to expect from that movie.
No, I thought it was going to be shit.
Yeah, same here. Like they're always shit.
It's Jack Black, you know. What can you expect?
but it holds. Like it's
Yeah.
funny. It has like monsters that I as a kid would have enjoyed. And it's just like
Even a
it's
cool werewolf.
Yeah, that werewolf works as well. It's super good.
It's got more of that sort of. Do you remember Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
Like they're too CG, but I like that
I don't
look
remember what
of
they look like,
of
yeah.
the werewolf.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a gorilla with a wolf's head.
Yeah, with a big
sort
wolf's head, yeah.
and super fast, and it can jump and climb
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
kicks ass. So that for me is like what a werewolf should look like.
No, but I like that when he chases them in the store and everything. You know, like,
Exactly.
it works.
It's fucking horrifying.
and
And then it's funny that they make the dog joke thing. Like, what do they do? Like play fetch?
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, man, that movie works. Like when they first opened the book, what was the first monster they stumbled upon? Was it the gnomes? When they're in the cellar and there's gnomes everywhere. Was that the first monster?
I think so.
Like I don't remember, but yeah, they're just being attacked by these like porcelain or not porcelain, but ceramic gnomes or something, and
Yeah.
they're everywhere. They put them in the oven and everything. You know, it's just like it goes batshit. On the second one, they had like a lot of new monsters that were fun,
Okay.
but like gummy bears and shit, and they like go together and become like this big gummy bear thing. But it's just not this. Like they're just doing things.
Instead of
But the plot sucks. Like
Yeah.
the plot in the first one is kind of nice. You know, like kid moves into a new neighborhood, like the classic one, like Jumanji has the same thing. He meets this girl, and we're gonna spoil the shit out of this. The girl is not really alive. Like she's not a real person. She is written by Jack Black.
Yeah.
And what he writes comes to life. So he's written himself a daughter, and you know, there's a little love story, and then you know, like things go bad, but there's a good okay plot there, like
Yeah.
that you can enjoy from
It's
like start to
sweet.
finish.
It's funny.
Finish to
Finish.
finish. Jack Black, Jack Sparrow. Fuck. But there is a plot that is enjoyable. Like it's not original, but it is good enough to hold the movie.
yeah. Yeah.
Whereas Monster Squad does not have that. Like there's too many holes in it for it to work.
But it's funny
But it is
because
funny,
it is the way it is. Like it's enjoyable in its suckiness.
Yeah.
It's one of those really bad, really good bad movies.
Yeah,
Like,
but I wouldn't watch it with my kids because
No,
of all the
it's a lit-
bitches
it's
and
ki- yeah, it is very
faggots and
violent.
like it's super homophobic. Like you faggot, faggot, blah, blah, blah. It's just like all that. But there's also a scene where Dracula picks up Sean's little sister that's 5 years old.
Jeannie,
She
I
has
think.
was it? No.
Yeah, something like that.
Fuck it, whatever her name is. And Dracula, she has the amulet or whatever the fuck that crystal thing is that
Yeah.
glows. And he lifts her up, like he grabs her, like imagine between your like index finger and your thumb, and he lifts her up from the chin like that,
Yeah.
like lifts her up all the way up, and then he's like, "Give it to me, you little bitch,"
And then just
and then
flings
goes
out the fangs
all
and
vampire on her.
and just scary as shit.
And she has not seen that actor in anything but vampire attire all the time.
Yeah, the kids, like the
Like,
actors,
Has stayed in character
the
every time
full-
they meet the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. So
Yeah. And when she screams,
it's kind of legit.
it's legit. But calling
Scarred
a
for
5-year-old a bitch, it so breaks
Yeah.
Dracula for me. Like Dracula is a bit like for me, Dracula, when he acts emotional, it's for different reasons.
Yeah.
You know, like
Because he's always super suave and just fucking
Yeah.
on top of his game, you
like
know?
Dracula calling
He's
anyone
the
a
smoothest
bitch.
fucking dude. Yeah, he's got manners, you know?
Yeah. Like
yeah. So he wouldn't fucking do
yeah,
that.
so that breaks everything for me. That's like modern bullshit. You
Yeah.
know, Like, I don't feel like Dracula would call anyone a bitch. Like, it breaks the illusion that he's lived for, like, all those hundreds and thousands of years or whatever the fuck it is, you know?
Yeah. And even though I like how Gilman meets his end, it feels way too quick.
What was that? How did he get
It was Fat Kid shoots him.
Oh, yeah, with the shotgun thing, yeah.
So he's just slowly, like, he's killing a few cops and he's working his way towards the Fat Kid, Horace.
And we don't call him Fat Kid.
No.
His name is literally Fat Kid until you get his name for the first time.
Yeah. Horace.
My
name's Horace.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, so he grabs a shotgun from a police officer. This is a 12-year-old kid. Grabs a full automatic shotgun and then blasts a hole through Gilman's chest. And then he dies.
Gilman is the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. Sea creature dude.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah.
And then the bullies come out of the shop from nowhere.
And they're like, good job.
Yeah, and they're like,
good
job, like, Fat Kid.
And he's like, my name's Horace.
This is the stupidest thing ever. Like, people are just like, just coming out of, the woodwork to say things.
Yeah.
Like, conveniently. And then Dracula does a Hadouken at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
And then later on, he goes all Raiden.
Yeah.
Like the Lord of Thunder. And just,
and
no explanation to this
and
either.
this is where the Guido kid just kills everybody as well.
Yeah. He's shooting like arrows. But his killings are like the only legit ones,
exactly. Because you have these vampire chicks coming out.
Yeah.
Three girls or women.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've got this. And he takes his bow and arrow.
But I love that. Like, I'm part of the club, ain't I?
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
he just like takes the arrows and starts like shooting them, stakes the other, and just
and
goes
he's got
like
a
monster.
cigarette.
Yeah.
He's
that is like that.
He's the coolest thing ever.
I would have, like, as a kid, I would have loved that.
Yeah.
And I would like to, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this movie,
it's got a lot of really good things going for it.
I think you could make it today.
I think so too.
And like, take out all the faggots and the fat kids, that stuff.
Make it
make them like Stranger Things type, like that.
Exactly what I was
where they're
thinking.
more friends, like where you don't feel like every kid in this movie is an asshole. Like, I think even that kid, the tough guy, is the nicest one.
He is.
He kills basically everything, but
he protects he protects Horace in the beginning, like.
And he doesn't call him Fat Kid, I think.
No,
he's like, "Are you
Horace?"
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, you're bullying my friend, or you hit my friend Horace. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. And then he makes the bullies eat the candy they squashed and
exactly.
He is the proper good guy, even though he is a fucking.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the tough kid, but he's the only kid that does not bully anyone.
Exactly.
He doesn't call anyone fat or faggot or say anything like that.
He doesn't hate on anybody.
Yeah, because the main kid, Sean. Terrible kid.
Horrible.
He just, like, they keep fighting all the time about everything. They're just like such destructive, like, children's or like friendship.
Yeah.
It's just like, so everything is so poisonous.
But I definitely agree with you doing like a Stranger Things-ish thing.
Like between them, like having those being like monster nerds.
But also the same sort of tone. Like, make it more sort of aimed for adults in scariness, but tone it down so kids can still see it. But like, I would like to have it at the sort of
preteen level,
kind of. But like, where you draw the line of where kids might get nightmares from seeing it, but not being discouraged from seeing it. Like, it should be.
But I think that Gremlins 1.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, I would never let my kids watch Gremlins. Gremlin has one violent scene that is like literally violence against humans.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what that is?
No.
One of the gremlins scratches his mom in the face.
Oh, that's it?
That's all of it. Like, there's a gremlin in the blender, but that's fake. You know, like...
I mean...
But I mean, like, humans don't die. Like, no one gets stabbed or killed in
it's
this
puppets
sense. You don't,
or
no, but you don't get to see it. You don't get to see any of it. Like, Gremlin just goes black. Like, it's just like, it insinuates people getting killed.
Oh, okay.
It insinuates stuff, but it shows
I need to see it
nothing.
again. I haven't seen it in forever.
It wasn't as good as I thought it would
No?
be. You know, like it's very like.
I remember the
but-
second one more fondly. Like,
yeah,
that's
but the second one
because
is
it's
the
more
cooler one.
Fun to
Yeah,
watch.
but I need to watch it before I can decide if
Yeah.
my kids can see it because
I just remember the mutation scene when
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
just evolve into these really awesome
But that's-
new creatures.
that's-
the second one.
Troy Baker. No, is it Troy Baker?
Rory.
No, Baker. What is his face? The guy, the mask guy.
Yeah, exactly that guy.
Rick Baker.
Rick Baker.
Rick Baker. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
He did all of them, and they
mm.
did so many.
Fuck. I felt like I lost. I wanted to say something more
About Monster
Squad. Yes. Oh yeah, I just wanted to mention the awesome, because it's an 80s movie. The montage.
Which one? Oh, with
the only montage in the movie with them creating
the
the weapons and doing everything to prepare for the big event.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just awesome. You have the, what's it called? Like Rocket Till You Drop or something
Yeah.
song. It's amazing. It's just like,
Montages are fun. Like it's
I
super
love
fun.
it. Like,
that was my favorite part in like basically all the movies.
exactly.
Because they
Just
made
get
you
pumped
feel
and
it.
you're
Yeah,
like,
they
"Fuck
made you.
yes!"
They really built up the thing. Right?
Rudy. Yeah, when Rudy's making silver bullets in school and then making steaks and shit.
Yeah.
Like just full on weapon mode and nobody just paying attention.
Yeah. But the thing is, like when we were kids,
And he
I think-
stole silverware as well. It's like-
Exactly. And we were like in third grade, we had, you know, like I don't even know what to call that
Wood shop?
class. Wood shop?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Yeah, fuck it. Where you got to you could choose to make anything, like a cabinet, you know, shelves, you know, like fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
Ashtrays, whatever the fuck you wanted to do.
Exactly.
Just like basically
Baseball bats and
baseball bats
good-
and stuff.
anything
yeah.
with the craft.
Yeah, exactly. But and we made nunchucks, you know, we made like batons,
staffs
bow
and-
staffs.
yeah,
We
yeah.
just made like ninja weapons.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And I don't remember making anything of use. Like I think I made a cabinet once, like a little cabinet with a key, you know, like those like little keys that you could open like every lock with.
We did. I did
a
a
box.
box.
Yeah, a little like.
Because I remember having my G.I. Joes in that box.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. I made one of those as well, like a cabinet, that, and then weapons.
Yeah, that's it.
Because that was
was
my
cool.
favorite one. And then when it was time to like go to the other one, when you had to like switch and go to like sewing and shit, so boring.
So
like I
fucking
just
boring.
wanted to make weapons and stuff or sharp
Yep.
stuff, and they just like, oh, we're gonna do like a towel.
Let's
And
do
you're
a
like,
pillow,
Yeah, exactly. A
towel.
pillow, towel.
That's all. That's
You
all
could
we
make
did.
shirts and shit as well if you wanted, but then you
That
needed
would
to be
take
more
time.
advanced. Yeah, we
And
didn't
we were
want
like,
that.
"Fuck that."
No.
No, I'll just make a pillow.
Yeah. It was so boring. Like
Yes.
never wanted to go to that class.
Nope.
But it did teach me how to fucking like sew holes and shit. You know, like on my clothes. Not that I ever do, but I know how.
For
to.
me, I only remember when who was it that sewed
Oh
her finger?
shit! Yeah, that was that girl. What the? Was it Rana? No.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But yeah, fuck. She just like got the needle through her thumb or something.
Yeah,
like,
just
your
like
index
zunk, zunk, zunk,
finger.
zunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then she
And
passed
they-
out.
Yeah, and they threw us out.
Yeah.
Like everyone had to leave, and we ran outside and looked through the
Through
window.
window.
Oh my god, that is
We were
such
such dweebs, just standing
fucking
there like,
idiot. Oh my god, look.
wow.
Yeah, like Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah,
basically.
definitely.
Fucking idiot.
Like, whoa.
And now in older days, when people like when there's an accident and people are just there to look and not help, I just get so annoyed.
Yeah.
But that was me. But I was, but at
We were
least we
kids.
were like kids.
Yeah, we were.
These grown-up assholes that just stand around and like they're in the way of paramedics and everything. Like those assholes.
Yeah. Fuck all y'all.
Fuck all y'all. But yeah. So if you're
Yeah.
ready to make Monster Squad 2, call us.
Call us. Yeah,
Have
we got
tons
some
of
ideas.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I would so love to be part of this movie. Just like it would be such a fucking kick-ass project to be part of. Just like
I don't know. I feel like I wanna write that movie. Like I
dude,
wanna.
that's
I
what
wanna
I
write it.
was.
Like
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like on the air, like I want to write the script,
Yeah.
like without knowing how to write scripts at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah.
I just
Same.
want to write what I want
Just
it
make
to
it-
happen, and then just have someone, you know, like actually make it a script.
Yeah.
But I would like to write it. Is this a spider or just like a fucking dust thing floating? It's been there for hours.
I
No, it's been like in the middle here, like floating. Now it went up to the lamp. What?
okay. So
Cool.
Definitely not a spider.
Not a spider. But yeah, I would love to get this movie out because that's something that I myself would enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And what made me sort of like pursue my own project now with Olpa and that shit was like we're reading these books that Kina gave us last time.
Oh, yeah.
Like those books.
Mm-hmm.
We started reading them. And my daughter like, Dad, like, this reminds me of your stuff. Like, I wish that you had drawn this.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, yeah, why the fuck am I not doing anything like that? Like, I know that it could work. Like, you know, it does.
That's what I keep saying.
Yeah, but
Bro.
Just
fucking do it.
time. Where do you find time? More time.
Just do it.
So, yeah. So she kind of like, the way she said it and like, it made me just like, okay, I'll just do something. So I'm going to skip the whole Zelda thing, write the script for Monster Squad 2, and make Opa.
Fuck yeah. Awesome.
No, but it would fucking, like, as a kid, I wish people made more kid movies like this. 'Cause I'm so tired of these fucking, like, same type of movies over and over and over, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cool practical effects, like extra material on how they're making the masks and stuff. Like, stuff like that is so fucking fun to watch, you know? Like, me and the kids, we've watched, you know, I've mentioned this before, like Jurassic Park behind the scenes, you know. What's that? The guys that make Kubo and the Two Strings and... I mentioned them last time. The fuck? I just can't come up with the name now. I'm just like entirely... But they've made Paranorman. They've made, you know, like all these awesome movies that are darker and different from your basic animations.
It's
like
definitely
Laika.
gone.
Laika is a studio.
Thank
Laika.
you.
Oh,
God.
Jesus. I've talked about Laika for like weeks and now I can't remember it. But I like that they're doing different shit, you know. And I would love to make like a horror movie that grown-ups can watch and that isn't silly in the sense just for being silly, you know, like it can have silly moments, but you should be able to watch it. I think Monster Squad has a lot of those qualities where you as a grown-up can watch it.
I just looked it up to see if there was anything more with Monster Squad, and apparently there's a couple of comics and stuff. So maybe they have evolved the universe a bit.
Man Squad nerd.
And on that note,
awesome.
Yeah, I think maybe look that up.
Yeah.
See if I can find something cool. But there is a documentary about the movie out now that is called Wolfman's Got Nards, which is made by the main actor who played Sean, like the lead kid, for the 30-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely need to see that at some point. Need to find it at least.
Yeah, it could be fun to watch.
Definitely. I want to know what they had to take out of the movie and like what the original vision was.
Yeah, I think that's interesting as well. Like knowing what it could have been is always like interesting at least.
I hope they interview Shane Black in it just so you can hear what he's
what he had to say.
Exactly. Yeah. Like what was the original vision?
Yeah, because it feels like there's something missing.
Yeah.
In this movie, like it goes from like the slow build-up of Dracula pulling his team, and then suddenly it just ends. You know, like there's no like middle part.
You don't get any explanation of why these monsters really come together apart from like assuming they need to get the amulet. But how do they know where the amulet is? Like that would be an easy fix. Just have maybe explain that Dracula can sense the amulet or something. Like
that would work for me. That would work for me.
Just a little, half a minute, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, it's a pull-push force, you know?
Exactly.
Like when he's closer, he feels it, and when he's further, like something you just like, you know, like
because apparently, like, he can't get to it, but
he asks for it all the time.
Exactly.
So I'm thinking, like, is there, like, does it have to be given freely, you know, like...
Yeah, there's just some information that I'm missing there.
Yeah, exactly, because he just picks everyone up and never picks up the amulet. Like, what?
And then I would have loved to get just a little bit more of a backstory with each of the monsters, how they like what pulled them and what were they doing when they got pulled towards Dracula and getting.
I didn't get how he woke them up.
Because all of a sudden they're all in the same spot.
Yeah.
And this is a random spot where he got dropped from an airplane.
Yeah.
Randomly. Like, it was not, he wasn't planning on getting dropped at that spot in the fucking swamp.
Did we mention that he does punches everyone? Like, because I know we talked about it before, but Dracula is a fisticuffs guy.
Oh, yeah.
He just goes around punching everyone instead of using whatever the fuck abilities he has, because you never find out. You know he can turn into a bat.
You know he can do Hadoukens. Yeah.
Dragon! Yeah, it's super weird.
And he calls people bitch.
Yeah. His superpowers. But he only calls little kids bitch, apparently.
Yeah. He's almost like the...
He uses dynamite to blast through walls.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. He's like... what's his name from Breaking Bad?
Like Jesse?
Yeah. He's like the Dracula Jesse. Bitch!
Jessula. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, super weird. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that I would like explained.
Yeah.
Or that we just... Yeah, let's make some fan fiction. Let's do this. Do this movie justice.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing some people have.
Definitely.
Because I think 2 years ago was the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
And it was epic. Like, and the two main guys, like the guy that played Rudy and Sean, they've gone around, had like screenings of the movie, and stuff like that. And it's been like sold out every time.
Awesome.
So the movie still it still works. I wouldn't watch it with my kids because like it's super homophobic in the beginning, calling kids, stuff. But had you taken those away, like if you made it now, I could have totally watched it with my kids. It's not like scary in the sense, like it has scary bits, but it's not enough to deter from watching. It's just that it's so like the friendship is like all fucked up, and like it's
exactly
like,
you don't get that sort of.
There's no camaraderie. There's nothing.
Yeah, again, it's just it needs to be fleshed out a little bit more. So apparently there is like 15 minutes that is cut out of the movie.
Yeah.
Which might explain why it feels as sort of wonky as it is.
Yeah. And if we just talk about before we move on, just like the German guy.
Yep. Scary German guy.
He's just plot.
Yeah.
Like plot convenient rather than having a function. We need someone that knows German.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
And that character could have been anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could have been awesome.
Yeah, you could have built him up
and
even more.
He was in Dune, the old like.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in a lot of like obscure little things, but I was just saying that they could have made something out of that character instead of being frail old.
Scary German guy.
Scary German guy. Yeah.
That apparently likes to make pie.
Yeah. Oh, let's go to my place and eat the pie.
And he became Italian.
Yeah, of course he is. Super Mario is long forgotten Michael. Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Should we talk about next week's homework?
Let's do it. Yes. So yeah. If you listen to the episode where we dropped the Monster Squad homework, which was 2 episodes ago.
I think we gave it away.
We did.
Or we came up with ideas, right?
Yeah, we did. But we were talking about doing The Lost Boys.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know what The Lost Boys is, it's about this family moving to a new place. I don't know if it was Florida or some other place.
No, I think it's California.
Was it California?
Yeah, something like that.
But anyway, this place has vampires, and that's it.
That's it.
So just watch it.
Yeah. Again, this is
another
80s.
one. Yeah. I don't remember when it came out, but it's starring like Kiefer Sutherland, not like he's in it. He's not starring in it.
No.
Or like he's not like the main actors, but
I'd say he kind of is.
But he comes in. Oh well, he comes in. Yeah, I don't know.
Kiefer Sutherland is. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But The Lost Boys, it should be a lot easier to find.
It's way easier to find. I think it might even be on like the American Netflix or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
But I know it's on iTunes, and I think it was on YouTube as well.
I own it on DVD. It's one of the first movies I bought. It's also one of my favorites.
And this movie has like that same thing that Monster Squad had, where they just have that, because this one I think came out a year later, or maybe 87 as well.
I think it might have been 87.
Yeah.
Or,
And
very close.
Close, yeah. But this one, I remember it having the cool kids be cooler. I don't know if it actually was cooler, though.
Definitely not.
Definitely not, or probably not.
No, but they're a little bit older.
But they are, like, they work in a, like, I don't know, remember if it's like a comic book shop, and they had, like, Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Yeah.
Both work in that comic book shop, but they're also secretly vampire hunters.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah. They are actually a little bit younger. Yeah, they're the same old as the younger brother, same age as the younger brother.
Yeah, maybe.
All
No,
right.
they're older than him.
We shouldn't dive in too much into it right now, because we should just drop the homework.
Yeah, so watch that. It's available on most things. I think it was even available on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure if it was.
I think it might be.
But yeah, it is like, this movie had more success, I think, when it came out.
Yes.
So it's easier to find it now.
And I think now it's also a TV show, or they're making it into a TV show or something.
Yeah, I saw something about that. Not interested.
No.
Like, it works as a standalone.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll get back to you next week.
Exactly.
If it
Yeah.
still holds up.
We'll watch it, we'll critique it, and we'll let you know.
Yeah. And with that,
let's go to bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Fuck it
We're
all.
out.
See you guys, and thank you. Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Motherfucker.